Hello and welcome to our True Mass Games YouTube channel and to our D&D one-shot for Gamemasters Day today. Yes, today is Gamemasters Day. Gary Gygax, the creator of D&D, has died on this very day in the year 2008. So this is the 9th anniversary of his death, and today we are in his honor, and also because we love the game. Today is Gamemasters Day. Gary Gygax, the creator. Sorry about that. Always happens. So yeah, we'll be playing a D&D one-shot today. It will be a bit more old school than my usual one-shot. So this will be a little dungeon crawling and such. Those of you who have seen my channel before have probably noticed that I hardly ever do dungeon crawling. Well, this one-shot will feature dungeon crawling. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. We have 3 players today. We should have 4, but our barbarian has ran off. I don't know if he's coming along or not. If he is not, we have 3 players, and all 3 have healing magic, so they'll be fine. Or maybe they'll die. A TPK is very old school D&D style, right? So maybe this will end in the first combat with all of them dying, bleeding out on the ground. We will see. I hope they have brought their 10-foot poles and all that other stuff that they need. If they haven't, too bad. No more buying stuff now. So, in this adventure, our player characters are treasure hunters. They are a group of people who have heard rumors about an old prospector, a hermit living high up in the Silver Hills, a man called Gelvin, who is supposed to have found a weird ruin somewhere up in the hills. The rumors have trickled down into the valley, into the villages, and a lot of people are wondering what this ruin could be and what kind of treasure it might hold. For as everyone knows, and everyone will tell you, old ruins always have treasures. However, old ruins are nearly always guarded by some sort of monster or traps or such. So there's few who are actually willing to walk into the hills and look for the ruin themselves, especially because the Silver Hills, as of recently, have become a little infested with goblins and the like. However, our player characters, our heroes, are brave or maybe greedy or something, and have decided to say, yes, we will go up, we will find this Gelvin guy, can't be that hard, and we will find the ruin and claim it for ourselves. And that is where we'll be jumping into the game. Our player characters have left the valleys behind. They have climbed up into the Silver Hills, and our ranger has found out where this old hermit lives. And as we are jumping into the game, it is sort of mid-afternoon, and the 3 of them are approaching the hut of Gelvin, the hermit, which is amongst some rocky outcrops and a slightly forested side of a hill. There's a small stream trickling past, and they're following the stream, and they know that the hut is supposed to be at the very start of the stream, at the top of the hill, pretty much. And as always, I'll give our players the chance to describe their characters. So go ahead, guys. We'll be starting with Niels today, who's playing our resident ranger. So go ahead, Niels. Introduce your character to us, please.
My character is called Taude. If you are familiar with Quenya or Sindarin, you know that Taude means forest and Edil means elf. He is, as far as you know, from some sort of high standing in the Wood Elven society. He has long silver gray hair, gray-green eyes, holds himself a little bit like he is better than everyone else, which shows in the way he communicates with everyone else. He's not the most easygoing fellow, but he's quick with a bow. He's also quite deft with several short swords. And this is no copyright infringement upon the Tolkien estate in any way whatsoever.
Excellent. Yeah, just to make that clear. And if it is, please direct your attorneys and such towards Niels, not me. I didn't have nothing to do with the character creation of this character. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, moving over to Mia, who is playing our paladin for the evening. So go ahead, Mia, please.
And just behind the not so easygoing ranger, very easygoing is trotting along. She's a smile on her face, with showing her choppy cheeks, with freckles closer to her brown eyes. She has blonde hair, and she's wearing a vestment over her mail, but you can still hear it clinking slightly against each other. She has a shield, like a long shield, where the in the shape of it's red, and there's a knight. Oh well, knight from the game chess, you would know.
Yes, Mia, we are having a bit of trouble with your audio at the moment. But yes, she is basically a halfling paladin, right? You're a halfling, I believe. Indeed. Dressed in chainmail.
Is it helping?
Not sure.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I mean, we can hear you, but it's just like some parts of your words are sort of swallowed up a little bit.
What about now?
It could be something with like having dynamic pickup.
Not sure. But we'll be moving over to Martin until Mia comes back, and he will be playing our cleric for the day. So go ahead, Martin, just introduce your character to us, and we'll give Mia another try to see if her audio is better in a minute or so.
All right, so I'm playing a dwarven cleric by the name of Oneshots Cragborn. Let's see here, he's wearing a scale mail with a white tunic over, kind of green cloth shoulders. He's wearing a shield, and I forgot what weapon he has. I think it's mace. It's mace, yes.
Yes.
On his shield is the symbol of a man standing like with his arms up like this, with the sun behind him, and he has a thick beard, thick red beard, and I think that's about it.
All right, and that is Oneshots Cragborn, cleric of the light, I believe. Okay, let's see if Mia's audio has decided to work a bit better.
Can you hear me?
Yes, it seems to be.
Good. How far was I?
Yeah, just start again. Just start again.
Okay, well, an easygoing halfling is trotting behind the others with scale mailed over like a big like priest-like vestment over. It's all red. She has blonde hair, brown eyes, freckles. She carries a shield with a knight from the game chess on it, and she has a rapier. And yeah, she's always the super easygoing, but it seems like that ends when she's not in hands of good people. Then she becomes very guarded and very mean, I suppose.
All right.
And yeah, she is a paladin of vengeance, and she's called Vera Thorngatherer. Excellent.
And that is our group for today. And yeah, as I said, our group is walking uphill and approaching the hut of this hermit, this old prospector by the name of Gelvin, who is rumored to have found this ruin. And as they are approaching, Thoradil, the elf, is a little ahead, as he's used to, roaming a little ahead of the group and any group that he is walking with. And Thoradil, as you step out to the clearing, you can see where the stream comes out from amongst some rocks and trickles downhill. A few trees are standing around the hut, and the hut itself looks simple, very, very shoddy wooden construction, not much longer than maybe 3 meters and maybe only about 2.5 meters wide or so. So it's a single room for sure. This is late spring, so it is fairly warm. You do not see any smoke coming from the hut. You do, however, see that the front door of the hut is open. It stands.
Do I see it open as in it's broken open, or is there just like it's ajar?
It stands wide open.
Okay.
You don't see damage as such, but just wide open, which is unusual, of course.
Can I spot anything out of the ordinary in the area?
You want to circle around a bit?
I would, yes.
Okay, give me a stealth check and a perception check.
Fair enough. Let's see. Stealth check and perception check.
Oh, you have disadvantage, yes, because
I have disadvantage, yes.
Yes, armor. Okay, 15 on the stealth, 14 on the perception. You circle around fairly quietly, giving the others the sign to just wait for a minute. You do find a small garden in the back with some vegetables, probably just vegetable seeds and some first few small carrots rising up from the ground, which is undisturbed. The stream is running right past the building, and you can see that there's no windows except for that door is the only entry point. You do not see anything. You do not see any movement. The hut is quiet. There doesn't seem to be anyone close by except for your companions. However,
I just noticed that I rolled persuasion instead of perception.
Okay, that's fine.
Which I have that would be a 20 instead of a 14.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. With a 20, you do notice that the ground in front of the hut, which is a little muddy because it has been raining off and on over the last couple of days, is slightly churned up. There seems to be some large prints all around the hut, pretty much on the ground, as if several people or creatures have been walking around the area.
Can I further identify them, what they are? What creatures
not
they
from
are?
the distance. You're at the moment sitting in the bushes about 30, 40 feet away. You can see that the ground is churned up, as I said, trampled down in some ways, but you would have to approach closer to see if you can read the tracks.
Okay. I will try and signal to my companions that I've found something, I've seen something, and that I will go further on to investigate.
All right. Any reaction from his companions?
You get a nod. I sit down on a little rock and begin just waiting, just excitedly.
Norsot is gonna just look around himself, kind of suspiciously.
Okay.
I begin I take out my rapier and begin drawing a chessboard and looking to you, Norsot, as if
drawing a chessboard in the mud.
No, yeah, with my rapier
Okay.
and looking at him just
He just shrugs.
Okay. So, Thoradil, what do you wish to do?
I would wish to go and check out the prints.
Okay. So you approach, you step out in front of the hut, and you take a look around. Give me a survival check. What is your favorite terrain, by the way?
My favorite terrain is swamp.
Okay, that would not be applicable here.
That's 20.
Okay. Taking a look at the footprints, you see different types of footprints. The most common ones are human-ish, but they're heavier than the ordinary human footprint. The feet are wider, thicker, and they're not wearing shoes as such. It looks more like just leather or something wrapped around the feet. You have seen this before. These are orc prints for sure. You would say about 3 or 4 orcs have been here, but they haven't been alone. You do see also the footprints of some sort of large wolf-like entity, maybe a dire wolf or a warg, that has been maybe following the orcs or maybe even traveling with them as such. They have been looking around the area. They've been wandering around and also wandering into the hut.
Right. Then
The footprints are not fresh as such. They're about maybe half a day old, you'd say.
they're not fresh prints?
No fresh prints.
Okay.
But as I said, about half a day old, maybe 5-6 hours, maybe more. Maybe around dawn or so, you would say that these orcs must have been here, or maybe just before.
I see. I will then go back to my companions, and as I approach them, I say, I've seen signs of orcs, maybe a beast as well. We must be careful. Shall we investigate the shack together? maybe your eyes may pick up something might have missed.
Yeah. Someone should maybe keep watch outside while we do, though.
Do you have a suggestion?
I will watch. And I like jump up from the rock. And like.
All right. So all three of you approach the hut.
By the way, I forgot. I have a big dog with me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Massive, yeah, like which I ride on when I can. So
right,
yeah.
Right.
It's called Jasper, and it's big and
Jasper
fluffy.
the Mastiff. Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. With a little harness and saddle and everything on it, of course. Okay. So you approach the hut.
Mm-hmm.
Jasper sort of sniffing around, and then just giving a one bark. And you look inside the hut. The door is open, as I said. Look around, and you see the interior of the hut has been rummaged through. There's not much furniture here. There's just a very simple bed with like a straw mattress on top of it. There's a small cooking place. There is a chest which is open and mostly empty. And there's a small table with a single chair. There is also what looks to be like an old rug or something, but that's been sort of pushed aside against the wall. And there's footprints on the interior of the hut on this well, it's a sort of a clayish bottom floor. It's not, there's no stone or wood or such. So it looks like these orcs have definitely been in here. No sign of a human, the man who has supposed to be living here. There is a little bit of dried blood on one of the walls. Not much, but a little bit.
Right. Can I try and check how old this blood is? If it coincides with the time of the prints?
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Whoops.
You have no idea. It's dried, so it's not fresh, but that's all you can say.
Did you say it looked like they had rummaged around in the house?
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
So you can see Taradil just putting a finger on the blood. That's blood, but...
Hold on, let me try this. And he also puts his finger to the blood and tastes it.
Okay.
Hold on.
You're trying to ascertain the same thing?
Yep.
Right. Maybe your dwarvish senses will be superior.
I sincerely doubt this.
We'll see. Well, you're not sure, but you're a bit more secure in the knowledge that you're not sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep, this is blood. You are correct.
Of course I am correct.
Well, it's not like we can look for something that's not here. So maybe we should follow the tracks outside instead.
I concur. Yes, we definitely should.
Okay, so you step out and up to the hut, looking up at Vera again and her mastiff companion.
So,
we were thinking of following the tracks. If we cannot find our prospector here, we may find him on the end of these tracks.
surely we should, yeah. And I put my, I don't know the words. I get up on the massive and follow.
All right.
Right.
So
Let's move quickly.
Thoradil ahead, the rest of you a little behind. You start following the tracks, which lead down the hill and into a sort of more forested hill range to the south. You came up from the west. The orcs seem to be moving down south. You do realize, Thoradil, very soon that it seems like two of the orcs are carrying something. Their foot, or maybe they're heavily armored or something. Their footprints are deeper in the mud than the footprint of their 2 or 3 companions, or however many there are.
This may just be conjecture, but I think these orcs have taken our contact.
This was my thought as well.
Okay. You follow the footprints down the hill through a forest area for a few hours, and then you come upon a second hill in the distance, and you can see from very far away already that there has been a landslide here not that long ago. It looks like it's fairly recent, maybe within the last week or two. The whole side of the hill has just slid off, basically. You can see trees broken and mangled lying around, several boulders shifted out of position, and a lot of just mud everywhere. And it looks like the orc footprints go straight through this area. It is now a good hour or so before dark. You have followed the trails for a few hours. The trail seems fresher here. You have definitely gained maybe a couple hours, but trail's still a couple hours old.
Right.
Okay. Well, do we want to keep going or make up camp?
I do not feel tired so much. Then again, my physiology is different from yours. How do you feel?
It's still another hour or so until the sun comes down. We might as well walk for an hour.
But we could make food. I look up at the sun, when you could see, chop things, eat things. No?
I think I could
Wish to
charge
put
up some
food
things.
over the life of our contact.
Question to the DM. Could I, whilst tracking, also try and pick up on like edible tubers, roots, berries?
Well, the question is, how fast did you want to move? If you wanted to move fast, then no, not so much.
Well, we all have rations, so I'm sure we
I
can
suggest
share
a
a few.
compromise. We can slow down our travel whilst in the process trying to look for food. This way, we will both have sustenance as well as follow the tracks as much as we can with the light that still remains.
I am carrying 10 days worth of food on me. We do not need to slow down for a bunch of fucking roots.
I wouldn't have said
I
it
just look at the dwarf
that
like,
way, but I do agree with you.
I also have torches, so if you want to want to see in the dark, because I cannot. You can.
With this, the dwarf kind of just taps his shield and it lights up. I guess light cantrip on it.
Oh, I just smile smile. Yes, yeah, okay.
Can we keep going now?
I forgot.
While you're standing there and talking, a voice, in fact, coming through with the wind, coming from the direction you're traveling to. It's a single, what you think human voice, just letting out a scream. Ah!
And I look towards the others, trying to get information if I should make Jasper gallop towards this human, for a quick moment.
Go.
So,
And then
do extinguish the lights.
Oh yeah, I put it down. I just made it to
Okay.
make a point.
So
And I hurry after the dragon dog.
So Vera, you jump onto Jasper and you start running, or riding, I should say.
Yeah.
Jasper starts padding along as fast as he can. I believe Jasper has a movement speed of 40 feet. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. Which means, Thoradil, you have a speed of 35?
I have a speed of 35.
Right.
So I would be trailing.
I have a good
behind
solid
just a little.
25.
Yes. So Norsot is falling behind, while Jasper and Vera on his back, and Thoradil, who can nearly keep up with the dog, is well, actually, you probably would be able to keep up, because Jasper is a little slower when he's carrying Vera, of course, with all her armor. So you run over the trail and push past these broken trees, leap over a rock or two, and come upon a scene in front of you. You can see in the distance, about maybe 50 or 60 feet away, there is what looks to be a makeshift camp, and you see a figure sort of tied to a tree from the looks of it, just wrapped with some sort of old rope around the tree. You see another figure, clearly an orc, with his back towards you, holding a knife and just like grumbling something. The knife has a little bit of blood on it. And to the left of this orc is what looks to be a small campfire that is not really lit. It's just starting to be lit. And you can see a goblin, a small figure, darting around the campfire and doing things with his arms. You can see he's rummaging around some sort of packs. It looks like he might be preparing food or looking for something.
How close are these, the orc with the knife and the goblin?
The orc and the tree with the tied up human to it, who seems like an older man with a grayish beard and long hair, are only about 20 feet apart, so not too far.
Okay, but not directly.
No, not directly next to each other. However, you do see that there is a couple of rocks and trees, broken trees, that are obscuring part of your vision, so you can't really see the entirety of the scene. That's just what you can see at the distance of about, as I said, about 60 or 70 feet.
Okay.
Like you are now. Let me see. The orc has not noticed you at the moment. He's busy growling. You can hear his voice. He's going.
I try to communicate with Vera just in a whisper. Let me move ahead. Try and move unseen. We may be able to lay an ambush if.
So you have stopped then?
I would have, yes.
Right.
I also stop. Like when he stops, I like hold the reins up and I look. But he's in danger, and I like rummage through my pack and I found like an alabaster mask and like put it on.
I agree, but we should not rush into a dangerous situation that will not only endanger ourselves but also the person that we may be able to rescue if we go.
And I like jump up and I.
All right, I will sneak ahead to try and get closer to these obscuring rocks and.
There is plenty of cover everywhere. As I said, this is the area with the landslide, so there's some broken trees and dislodged rocks and large mounds of earth and dirt everywhere. So if I would use stealth right now, yes,
would I have advantage due to the cover and therefore
no
disadvantage?
No, it's not. I mean, it is cover, so you can easily stealth, but it doesn't give you advantage as such.
I see. Then I will try to do so anyway.
Okay. And just as you are leaving, Norsot basically comes up, huffing and puffing behind you.
I will motion for Norsot to stay with Vera.
All right. And you disappear amongst the rocks and the broken trees to your left and start circling around. Whereas, what are Vera and Norsot doing in the meantime? When you see your elven companion disappearing.
I also begin like I tie the reins of my dog to like a tree stump, and then I also like begin like stealthing forward. But I'm slow, so I mean I can't get like all the way. But I'm just getting ready for the ambush when he's coming from one side and we can get from the other side.
So you are trying to approach the.
Yeah.
Okay. Norsot?
I think I'll stay back a little bit.
Okay. Okay, so Thoradil, you circle around, and you can now see the camp in more extent, and you can see, yes, you have definitely missed a couple of opponents. There's two more orcs lying next to the fire, covered up with some like blankets and such, who seem to be dozing, not asleep as such, but they're like their hands are behind their backs and they're just like quietly talking to each other.
They are prone.
Sorry?
They are prone.
Yes, they are on the ground. Yes,
okay.
lying on their backs on the ground, and one of them sort of gives a little kick towards the goblin. The goblin's like, hey, yippee, that's right. It is so. And you can also, hear what looks to be sounds like some sort of growling sound from the bushes to the north, on the north side of the camp. It looks like someone or something is moving in there as well, but you can't quite get a good look.
Right. So, how far am I to the orc that's currently intimidating / torturing?
So you're on the west side of the camp now. Your companions are on the south side.
Yes.
And there's heavy bushes and a few broken trees on the north side. There is a single standing tree where the man is tied to on the east side of the camp, and that's where the one orc is standing. And he's now grabbed the man by the chin, sort of holding him and sort of shaking him. Just snarling into his face. The man is just like, I don't know. I don't understand. What do you want?
Mm-hmm.
Pushes him sort of against the tree.
Do I recognize the voice of the person?
Not really. He's a human, older man, but he could be Gelvin. You've never met Gelvin before. So you've heard stories about him. Like, you have a description. It could be. He's an older, silver-haired man. But he's dirty, and there's like one of his eyes is swollen shut with a massive bruise. But the orcs don't seem to have been treating him very well.
Right. Can I see how far Vera has come?
We will establish that this very moment, in fact. So, Mia, give me a stealth check for Vera. Wow. Do you have disadvantage?
No.
No. Oh, excellent. Well, Vera has snuck up until she's only about 20 feet south of the camp. She could technically reach either of the orcs or the goblin. And she's crouching down behind a small boulder. She's peeking up and then sort of disappearing back down under.
Would I be able to notice her since I know that she's going that way?
Yes, you have noticed her because you have much a better point of view from where you are. She's focused on the camp, so she's trying to keep obstacles between her and the orcs, but she's not really trying to keep obstacles between herself and you. So you can see her.
Good. Okay. In that case, I try and motion, just hand signals, that I will attack the orc with the dagger. So I'm motioning to them.
He is on the opposite side of the camp from you, though. So he's about, yes, the orc is on the east side. You're on the west side of the camp.
Right. Okay. So the orcs near the campfire are closer to me.
Yes, they're only about 20 feet away from you. The orc with the knife is about 40 feet away from you.
Okay. I will try to can I sneak up to the orcs behind their backs?
You can try. However, the immediate vicinity of the camp is mostly free of, of any type of material that you can use to hide yourself behind. So it will be quite risky. They might very well, one of them or the goblin, most likely the goblin, in fact, might very well spot you when you step out.
Okay.
You have approached pretty much as close as you can get without taking extreme risk.
Do I have an idea about if the orc with the dagger is the leader of the orcs? Is he more like pampered with the gold and jewelry or anything?
Do you speak Orcish or anything like that?
No, I do not.
Give me an intelligence check. Just straight up intelligence. 19. Looking at them, what you have heard about orcs, usually the biggest and meanest of them are the leaders, and the one that is, interrogating the prisoner if you want to call it that, does seem a little taller than the others, a little wider in the shoulder. And his armor, they're all wearing these sort of fur armors. His armor seems newer and a little better made. He has a great axe on his back. The other ones have like axes lying around the campfire as well, within reach. But yeah, you would say he would probably be the leader of them, yeah.
I make a signal towards that guy, and then I make like a... And I begin concentrating, and I begin... Yeah, I just... Oh, I should have done this before, but yeah, I stand there for some whiles. You can do something else. I just...
Okay.
This is what I want. I'm sitting here. This is what I want to do. So, what is your move?
Yeah.
So I'm just.
I instead of having my longboard ready, put it back on, put it on my back, and draw my twin short swords.
Okay. Quietly. The swords come out.
Mm-hmm. And I motion to the two orcs at the campfire.
Okay. Northside, you can sort of see what's going on, not very well, but you can sort of see them, but you don't see the two orcs in the campfire. So you're not quite sure what he's pointing at. You assume that there's more opponents there, but for you, this is obscured, this part of the field.
Okay, I want to get as close as I reasonably can without, like, suspecting that I will draw attention.
I mean, you are already at 60 feet from the camp. If you
yeah,
you will definitely have to give me a stealth check.
I'll just stay where I am then.
Okay. So, who wants to do first?
I will wait until Vera does her thing and therefore draws attention.
All right.
And I take out my my rapier just slightly, just sound, and I stand there concentrating.
Make noise, by the way. They shouldn't make noise.
That's much cooler when they do, though.
It's much cooler, but it's not true.
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. You're about to face orcs, so no.
Weapons do make noise when drawn, but
doesn't matter.
Noise.
Darn you, Dungeons and Dragons logic.
So, Vera, what do you do?
Yeah, and I hold my head to, or the mask I have on my face to my rapier, and I begin like mumbling to the Red Knight to grant me strength and grant me to smite these, and I cast Thunderous Smite, and you can I hear it. Perhaps anyone else, you can hear like this like thunderous thing, and you can see like a slight like glittering of light around my rapier, and then I like burst forward towards the other guy to attack him.
Is that a bonus action? The thunderous?
Oh no, I guess this is my first action.
Yeah, does that have vocal component?
It's concentration, and it's a bonus action. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Does that have vocal components to it?
No. Oh yes, it has vocal components.
Okay.
So I begin like I'm like mumbling.
Yep. Okay. Well, they do not seem to hear you. You are mumbling quietly. The mask is quieting your voice further, and you can now have this just crackling aura of power around your rapier. And you are leaping out. And who are you running at?
Against the leader, because as my god tells me, the most tactical thing will be to slay the leader, and this is what I will try to do.
You leap out towards the orc leader and run at him. He hears you coming, turns around, and goes for his great axe, but he's too slow. You leap up and slash at him. Go for it. 24 is a hit, so yes.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, I have to... This is going to be... okay, first, from the rapier.
Yep.
Guess it's plus... Okay.
And the thunderous energy stored in your blade is unloaded at the same time. 7 damage to the orc leader, okay.
7 plus 6.
13.
And he has to make a strength saving throw to not be or be pushed away.
Actually, he fails. So you stab him, and there's this thunder strike as he's flung backwards past the tree where the old man is tied to, and just like rolls over the ground, completely muddy, lying there, prone and quite heavily injured, in fact, with 13 damage.
Run!
And
I scream in common.
okay. With that, Thoradil has held an action, so you can act as well before we're rolling initiative. Whatever you want to do.
As that happens, when Vera just makes that thunderous attack, I run up towards the two.
Yeah, the two orcs are sort of sitting up and like staring at her, but with
staring at her
towards you. Yeah.
Good. I position myself so that I can attack either of the two orcs.
Yeah.
I will use my action to attack the orc that is to my left first.
Yeah.
Which is my...
You have advantage because they do not know that you're there.
I have advantage, good.
Yes.
That's a 15.
15, yep. You pierce his back. Ah! Shouts out, screams out.
Then I use my offhand attack.
Okay. Against the same orc?
Against the same orc.
Okay. The 12 is not enough, I'm afraid. You slash down with your second blade, but his sort of heavy fur that he's wearing makes the blade slide off.
Right, and then I have my hunter ability, Hordebreaker.
Yes.
I can attack another creature that is in 5 feet of the one I attack.
And is that a free action or a bonus action?
That is a free action. You can make make another attack.
Okay, excellent. Then go. So you're attacking the other one.
Main hand again.
Oh yeah. So you slash at one twice and turn around towards the other and slash across the back of his head. It's a shallow cut, but it's definitely painful. Ugh. Both the orcs now look over their shoulders, seeing you standing with both blades out, standing behind them. And yeah, now we are in initiative as all 3 orcs are already bleeding. Let's see.
In that case.
Oh, okay. You're not that fast from the looks of it.
You're surrounded.
So we have, let's see, we have Vera at a strong initiative of 7.
But you rolled a 1d8 instead of 1d20.
Oh, she did. That is true.
That may skew the results a little bit.
Yeah, that's better. Not much better, but better. What is your dexterity with your character, Martin? What's Norsot's character? 1?
No, that's 12. It's +1.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And Vera has a 11. Okay, so we're starting with the goblin who is like, looking around, and he drops whatever he's been holding, this leather satchel, grabs a short bow and an arrow from a quiver that's lying around on the ground, and turns and sees Vera standing there and takes a shot at her with the short bow. And that will be a miss by like a mile. He's nervous and shaking, and just the arrow flies off somewhere into the distance. That was the goblin's turn, and he will also back away from both of you, retreating backwards towards the bush, basically leaping into the bush, in fact, and disappearing in the bush, leaping backwards. You hear a rustling, he's gone as he hides in there. The orcs are up next, so the 2 of them will jump up, grab their weapons, turn around, and both slash at the elf, at Thoradil. The first one cuts past you, you swerve to the side. However, the second one comes up, and you see his fist coming, smacks you in the chin. You stumble backwards, and in that very moment, strikes you in the stomach with a natural 20. And Ooh, that is 17 points of damage.
Ouch.
As the orc axe hits you in the ribs, you hear a rib sort of going a little crack, giving a little crack as you stumble backwards, spurting a little blood out your mouth. The orc leader grabs his axe, jumps up. How far has he been flung away by the thunderous smite?
I think it's 10 feet.
Okay, then he can get to you. So he Kuracha! He shouts out, runs at you with his great axe held high, and just brings you down overhead onto the small form of the halfling that's standing in his path. But you bring the shield up, you angle it exactly right, the axe hits the shield and slides off, hits the mud next to you. That was the orc's turn. Vera.
2 seconds.
All right. We'll do Thoradil first then. It doesn't really matter. Oh, you're back. Okay, then we can do the Vera. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I will try to stab him in the tender spot beneath the armpit.
all right.
For him to pay for this insolence of 10.
You stab out, but he brings the axe back and nearly makes your rapier fly off. You could just barely hold on to it. This orc is pretty strong, parrying the strike. Luckily, your rapier is well made. The axe doesn't shatter it. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I just, yeah.
All right. Thoradil.
So Taurithil, he will, let's see, cast Hunter's Mark as bonus action on the orc that just gave him quite a beating.
Yeah, that's the one you stabbed in the back, the one that's more heavily injured.
Right. And I will just use both my my sword strikes on him.
All right. Cutting him, trying to cut him down. Oh, yeah, 23. That's a hit. Okay, well, the first strike would already kill him.
Okay, in that...
So he's just stabbed straight into his throat as he's like laughing at you, getting ready to... the axe just sneaks... the sword just sneaks out and is already pulled back. He doesn't even realize what's happened at first, but then like drops down on his knees, looks surprised, and falls over. Mud, face first into the mud. And the other strike lashes out at the other orc, who is staring at his companion, comes up, just in time to see the axe, the blade coming towards him. He swerves back, and you catch him just with a tip cutting through his lips, blood running down his face now, but he's still fighting on.
Can I still use Hordebreaker?
I don't think so. That only works
because I technically did hit him.
Doesn't that only work on enemies you have not attacked, or is it something like that?
I don't know actually.
Let me see. Ranger. Nope, that's Warlock. Rogue.
Let's see. Once on each of your turns, when you make a weapon attack, you can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature that is within 5 feet of the original target.
Right, then yes, then you can. You can do that one more time.
Okay. Don't need to drop my book.
As he stumbles backwards, his lip cut open.
And I attack him once more with a 19.
Yeah. And you step in and you stab him deep in the chest, finding his heart. You rip it out and he crumbles. Both orcs did.
And as they tumble, I just murmur 2 less monstrosities. And just I will ready myself to that's going to be next turn.
Okay. As the orcs fall, you hear a deep growl coming from the bushes. They shake, and a black-furred creature, a warg, comes leaping out. You can see its muzzle is bloody, and there's some piece of meat or something that it's been gnawing on in his face. He spits it out, snarls at the orcs, the dead ones, then looks at you and comes running towards you, leaping up, his muscles tensing, and you see these massive jaws coming towards you. That will be a hit. The warg tackles you, and you feel its teeth sinking into your biceps. You take 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Are you
I'm
still standing?
barely conscious.
And you also have to give me a strength saving throw as the warg with just the full force of his muscles and attack tries to bear you down, knock you prone onto the ground.
That's a.
But you stay. He's hanging on you, basically, this massive creature hugging you, and his jaw and his teeth deep in your biceps. But you are still standing. Oneshots.
Yes, if I were to move my full 25 feet movement, how far away would the furthest target be?
The furthest target is, well, the only target you can see at the moment is the orc leader. The other ones you cannot see. You have to move closer to that. If you move
I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna
yeah.
move as close as I can.
You dashing or?
Normal movements.
Okay, so 25, yeah. So you're still 35 away. You can now see the warg and Thoradil. You don't know where the other opponents are. But yeah, you see this warg biting into Thoradil and this massive amounts of blood running down Thoradil's body. You can also see the orc leader, who looks already quite injured, still fighting with Vera.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Scorching Ray and target 2 rays at the warg and 1 ray at the orc.
All right. Which one are you rolling first?
The warg.
All right.
And that is a ranged spell attack.
Yes.
20 plus 5.
First ray strikes into the warg's back. He snarls, releasing Thoradil's arm. Second one?
Also 17?
Yeah, both of them strike into his back.
Okay, hold on.
A horrible stench of burnt fur fills the air. Oh, but it's only a very, very casual burn. It will take 6 damage, but it still looks pretty fine.
Oh, yes!
And however, the third scorching ray takes the orc leader straight to the face.
For Christ's sake.
That's not 4d6, is it?
Yeah. It's a 2d6 or double the dice.
It's just... oh, you rolled
Double.
a 20. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Yeah, 46. 8, that is exactly enough to finish him off. So as Vera stabs him, he parries the attack, then looks over Vera's head, sees the dwarf coming into range, and just flame shooting out of his hand. And Vera, you feel the heat as this scorching ray flies past over your head, hits the orc, stumbles backwards. The stench is indescribable as this orc's face melts, and he falls as the fire goes into his lungs, and just smoking black face.
I put my little boot on him and turn him over.
Okay. Well, the goblin's turn. Comes out of the bushes, looks around, goes yeah, and runs. You can hear him. This time he's not trying to be stealthy or anything, he's just running away, dashing away from the bushes, trying to just flee, pretty much. That was the goblin's turn. The orc's dead. So Vera, you're up.
Oh, so the wolf is...
Yes, the only enemy that you can see at the moment is this warg, who looks a little scorched, but still healthy enough, who's hanging on Thoradil about 20 feet to your left, trying to rip his throat out.
Yeah, I will...
Thoradil looks very, very just... He wouldn't be standing if he'd been hit a little bit harder.
Okay, I move towards him instead of, and I will try to put my hand on him and using my action to give him 15 life.
All right. So Vera runs up, around, leaps past the warg, grabs your leg basically. And
I run through like in the same. I can.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So he's like holding against your shoulder up against, but I run through the legs of this walks, and then I like touch you, and then I begin like pushing the walk away with my shield as I like hold your
grabs you by the ankle, sort of pushing the warg's balls pretty much away from you, and sends 15 hit points into Thoradil.
I thank you. And I regain my vigor as
It is your turn, by the way, Thoradil.
In that case, I will go toe-to-toe with this warg and strike him twice.
All right. You're pushing him off and...
Yep. That's...
No, the first one goes...
Nope.
Yeah, the...
And a 10. Nope.
Nope. Both strikes miss the warg. Who leaps backwards, lands on all fours, and just gives you a...
In that case, I will use my move action to disengage.
Okay. And you move backwards?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, you can't disengage. You're not a rogue.
No, it's an action to disengage.
It's an
action to disengage. Oh, darn it. Yeah.
That only a rogue can do that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you can back away if you want, but that would provoke an attack of opportunity from the warg.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Well, it's the warg's turn next, and seeing this little halfling figure, or whatever it is, this little masked figure healing his intended prey, he locks eyes with you, and you, Vera, you see this in weird intelligence in the warg's eyes. This is not a mere beast. It's looking at you with this intent, this hatred, and just and leaps at you, trying to bear you down and bite you in the face through the mask. However, you smash it straight in the front of the jaw with your shield, forcing it off you, shaking its head without hurting you. Oneshots. What do you wish to do?
Oh, sorry. Okay, the warg is. I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on him.
All right.
That is a ranged spell attack. Yep.
Oh, is it? Okay. 19, yeah.
So he takes 4d6 damage.
Flies out of your hand. 18, wow, okay. With a burst of power, a ball of light streaks from Oneshots' hand, hitting the warg, throwing him against one of the rocks that was around the camp. The warg shakes, stands up, but he's really shaky now. Not looking good. His fur is singed, and several bones seem to have been at least cracked by the force of this impact that threw him against rock.
And the next attack roll against him is with advantage.
He is now glowing, positively glowing. Vera, you're up next.
And I charge towards the beast.
Yep, you can do a attack with advantage.
I will. So 14.
That hits.
Oh, that's great.
It's not wearing armor, so.
Yeah.
Work.
Could have like great height. Oh well. What damage?
That is
if I
enough
like
to kill
stab it in the foot.
Yeah, you actually stab it in the leg, but you cut through one of the major arteries with your rapier along on the side of its leg, and there's a sudden spurt of blood. The warg and then slumps down, still sort of a little jerking on the ground. Its jaw is just snapping, but it's running out. The blood is just spreading over the ground through the mud.
Before he stops twitching, I just slash its throat and then cut off its head.
All right, you step in with a shearing motion with both short swords, cutting off the head.
And I just look up at you, and you can see the white mask I was wearing. It has like this pattern on it now, like a red chessboard. And I just look at you with my brown eyes through the mask, and I have this. You can't see it, but you can see my eyes just glowing with like a smile.
It is done.
You are okay?
With your help, yes, I am. Thank you.
A little help here.
Of course. I head to the tree, cut off the ropes that have been binding the man, and then I begin, and then I clean my swords off with the grass, and then I say,
Thank you. These beasts, I was sure they're gonna kill me.
they have not.
Oh, yes. Thanks to you. Very, very glad you came around. I didn't expect to run into anyone this high up in the hills.
We have been looking for you.
Were you the one who owned the cabin back there?
Yes, these beasts, they attacked me. The sun hadn't even gone up last night. I think dragged me here, and I didn't know, they wanted something, but I didn't know what. I don't speak their language. They kept beating me and asking me, or growling at me. I don't even know. I was sure that beast, and he points at the dead warg, is gonna gnaw on my bones before long.
Are you certain you have no idea what they were looking for?
Well, I don't know. I can't understand them, as I said.
Well,
I understand.
we got your vengeance for you.
Yes.
Do not trouble yourself with this.
Thank you. What about the goblin? Where is that?
Oh, he ran.
Right.
He's a coward, and this is
Right.
yeah.
Well, that's good.
If you wish, I can attempt to track him down.
No, doesn't matter. It's just a goblin. There's dozens of them in these hills.
Exactly. He could be going for reinforcements.
I guess so. I mean,
he's only got
we'll just get out of here soon, right?
half a minute head start.
You could. I mean, it's up to you.
I look at my companions.
But I mean, he did not seem like the
He
one
could
who was
be
giving you
bringing
troubles. He was
could be
making.
bringing reinforcements, however. So maybe you should.
Maybe we should just move away from this area. I want to go to the tomb. I want to go to the treasure.
You're
Smile.
treasure hunters, are you?
We are.
Right. Well, it's your lucky day then. I found an old ruin about a week ago. Not far from here, in fact.
That is why we are here, and I suspect that is why the orcs may have taken you as well.
I see. I see. That's why you're here. Well, that's lucky then, I guess. How did you learn about it? I didn't.
I have heard rumors.
Right. That's what happens when you can't keep your mouth shut in the tavern, right? I guess. He rummages around the orc camp and finds a water skin and says, "They took all my food and everything, these bastards," and takes a few gulps of water.
I take a bit of rations from my pack and offer it to the man.
Ah, thank you. Haven't eaten anything since yesterday.
I go and gather Jasper and make him
Okay.
sniff the area out.
Yeah, Jasper sniffs around the area a bit, but doesn't seem to. I mean, he doesn't like the dead warg at all. But
I'll pile all the dead corpses up in a pile, and I think I'll light them. I won't light them on fire. I'll consult with my companions before doing
so
that.
you drag all the orcs and just throw them on a corpse, and the warg as well, who is pretty heavy, but you're like pushing him.
I help with him as well.
All right.
And I say,
I do not help. I just look at you with like look like you want to touch corpses. Yeah.
we will burn them. We will burn them when we leave.
They are dead.
They are.
We got them. We got our vengeance. No need to desecrate their bodies. Again, I look at you, remembering another time where you burned them.
There are many things in this world. There are many things in this world that make things not dead. So we should just burn them and spread along the process to join the ground.
It does seem like a more agreeable way. Of course, the rotting corpses will also sustain the ecology, but perhaps burning the bodies will send a clearer message to the outlying tribes of goblins and orcs.
I don't really care what you do with bodies. But I would prefer if we move camp a little bit at least.
I agree.
Yes, we do not want to set up camp right next to a burning body.
Let us look around for clues or valuables before we.
Right.
It'll only take a minute or so.
Sure, you look around. The orcs had a little bit of food and their weapons, and that's pretty much all they had.
Okay. In that
Weapons
case,
are okay. They're not weapons. They must have been plundered or stolen or something. They're decent axes. So if anyone wants to have a great axe, you can pick one up.
I begin like removing some of the leather from the leaders like shoulder pads, and I begin like seeing if they fit Jasper, and like putting in my pack so he can. I can have someone sew them on.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You could probably make some sort of barding for him with that.
Yeah, but I don't have a sewing kit. So.
Yeah, well, you need someone who's a bit more skilled, like a professional. It's not.
But I mean, I have an idea of what
yeah.
would.
No, you can do that. You probably want to wash them a couple of times before you do, but yeah. The old man Galvin says, "If you're looking for the treasure, we can camp at the ruin, I guess."
All right.
They wouldn't know where that is, right? It would be perfect.
Well, I haven't told them. Obviously.
Yes. And they're looking for it, so they won't know.
Now they're dead, right? They're not looking for anything anymore. Now, it's about just a couple 100 yards from here, in fact. Over yonder, past the landslides, I think the ruin was buried and was opened up when the landslide occurred about, 10 days ago or so.
In that case, we shall dispose of the bodies, erase our tracks, and head in that direction.
Very well. I'll just be here and get some more food if you don't mind. He retreats a bit.
Yet another piece.
Yep. He retreats and starts just munching away on some oats and.
You will, of course, owe me for that.
Well, I mean, showing you the ruin should more than be good enough to make us even, right?
Perhaps. We'll see. And I start building a fire underneath the corpses.
All right. Yeah, they already had like a campfire set up, which they haven't really started burning, so you can just use the wood from there. And within a couple minutes, you are a ranger after all. You know how to build fires in the wilderness. The bodies are lit up. The stench is bad. Burning orcs, not the best smell in the world by any means. No. Burning warg is nearly worse with all the fur and everything.
Let's get out of here. Do take care of to remove any sign of our tracks. And I stay mostly in the back to avoid leaving any. Okay,
yeah. Well, you can lead the group if you want to, sort of that they from one rocky outcropping to the other, so to speak. So you can make sure that they leave behind very little tracks.
Okay.
Okay. So you following Thoradil and the old man Galvin, who's sort of limping along and pointing out where you need to go. You walk for about maybe 10 minutes or so, and you come to what looks to be a crevasse, a chasm that has opened up, partially opened up and ripped open by the landslide. And he points in and says, "Ruins down there, that's the entrance. You can't see it now that the sun's going down. When the sun's up high, you can see a bit of metal, I think maybe even silver or something gleaming down there when the sun's hitting it. That's how I found it."
We will definitely go and investigate. But does anyone require rest?
I would like to take a bit of rest before we delve in nicely.
I mean, I'm not going down there. I'll keep watch out here if you want to go down. I'm not up for the climb, really. Not anymore.
I think you should go home. If you don't want to go with us.
I'm not quite sure how to find my way home, to be honest.
But how did you find the ruins?
Oh. Good point.
If you can find a place where you've seen these ruins,
right,
and then find your way home.
I think I saw them from over there. Well, anyway, I'll set out home in the morning. I'm not wandering these hills during the night.
I do agree.
We'll camp with you.
We'll camp with you. I don't need that much rest. I can stand watch for, say, half the night.
Right then. Thanks again for everything. I guess I'll catch a bit of shut eye then. And he takes his ratty cloak around, pulls around himself, leans.
I actually do have an extra cloak that he can borrow.
Oh, that's mighty nice of you. Thank you. Friend Elf takes it and uses it like as a blanket, basically, and just leans against the rock.
Of course, the elf sneaky character has extra robes.
He's not really sneaky. He's larger in stealth checks. But yeah, anyway, he seems quite exhausted and falling asleep rapidly.
I begin taking off my armor and making ready to rolling out my bedroll, and my bedroll is for a human. So yeah. I make room for the dog, and I lay close to it, snuggling up to it.
The nights can still be quite chilly up high in the hills, but not so bad that you would freeze to death or anything. But having a decent blanket and maybe the body of a warm dog is definitely helpful.
Is there a place like a tree or a high rock that
there is several high rocking outcrops that you can position yourself on. No trees this close. The trees have all been torn off away by the landslide, pretty much.
Right. In that case, I will wrap my own cloak around myself. Try and stay as still for at least. Let's see. I'll take watch for the first half of the night, and then I'll after that Can I ask Vera or Nostrum?
I guess Vera will take the second half. But
well, I mean, you do need to sleep as well, so you'll have to do. All three of you will probably have to take watch if you want to get some decent sleep.
Yeah.
But I mean, the elf is don't the elf go into trance?
4 hours of trance.
Yeah, you need, exactly. But the other 4 hours is something that you will split.
We'll split, yeah.
All right. The night up here is fairly quiet. There's a little bit of wind. That's pretty much the only sound you hear. Other than that, that's it. And the night sky is fairly clear. No sign of rain. Jasper snores. Okay.
I occasionally, I'll just use.
Yeah, because it's not a restful activity.
Yeah, but I choose to disregard that. It doesn't.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll just make sure that I occasionally use primeval awareness.
Okay.
To at least make sure that there aren't any undead around.
Okay, well, sadly for you, there are undead close by. You can
do I notice that they are from a certain...
You can feel a undead aura. It's not very strong, but it's definitely here. Not very far off. So if you use that, you might be a bit tense during the night.
Okay. In that case, can I try and figure out where it's coming from specifically?
Let me see if that primeval awareness.
Oh no, it doesn't reveal location or number, but just 1 mile or 3 miles.
You sense it that it seems to be fairly close. That's all you can tell. But it doesn't seem to be willing to attack you or anything. So
right. So as I wake up the next on watch, that'll be Vera. I do mention I have noticed the presence of some undead foe.
What? Oh.
It's within a mile. That is all I know, and I'm not entirely certain if there are many or if there are just a singular one. But that is something that you may need to look out for.
Oh, yeah. And I like not. I can look too. I think I can.
Yes, you have
I
divine.
can ask the Red Knight to look through, and I like take off my mask and I look at it and can see the red pattern, and there's like this smile on my face if this is a good omen. And then I turn the face towards me, so I have the part you will put against your face outwards, and I look through the eyes of the mask and use divine sense, where I can look at celestials, see if there's celestials, fiend or undead within 60 feet of me.
Yes, there are. You do sense the presence of 4 undead creatures, and it seems to be coming from the chasm. They seem to be down there.
Oh, there are 4 of them down there.
I see.
Take down. But there, you can sleep.
I will meditate.
Okay. Do you want to light a fire or something, Vera? Because you don't have dark vision, right?
No. I take on my armor, and then I light a torch.
All right.
And then when I have the torch, I begin like gathering things for fire. So I like walk around and.
Sure. And then you wake up Norsot after 2 hours, and he finishes the watch basically during the night, and then the sun starts coming up, and old Galvin wakes up with a big yawn, showing his half-rotten teeth, and stretches a little. We haven't been murdered in the night. That's good.
Indeed, it is.
You have any more food by any chance?
I will scavenge some fresh fruits, berries, if at all possible.
Oh, I'd take some of the bread and cheese that I had last night, if you don't mind.
Oh no! We will make oatmeal. It will be great. And I begin like picking off my cook's utensils and begin like putting.
Okay. You're making
like,
breakfast.
Just fruit on it. Go get it. It'll be delicious.
Okay.
Norsot eats some pemmican.
Great. Vera and with the help of Thoradil, who finds a few berries and such in the vicinity, not too many because this is not a particularly bountiful harvest area, but still enough to add a little bit of extra flavor, and you make like a big sort of oatmeal type food. And Gelvin looks quite hungry and just waiting for like half an hour until it's finished, and he starts eating hungrily. Thank you. This is great. Thank you very much. So it's true. All halflings are great cooks. I heard that often. Didn't meet that many halflings around this area, but still.
Not my mother. But that's why I can cook. like eating.
I try to keep a smile from my face, but I actually find it quite funny.
Okay, he finishes his meal. And he's like, that was good. Well, stands up. I suppose it's time for old Galvin to find his way home. Have you seen my hut by any chance? Is it very damaged?
It was in a bad state.
It was a little ransacked, yes.
And you may need to move, considering what just happened.
No, I don't want to be with those assholes in the village.
Well,
I guess I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Well,
other direction.
Yes. Thank you for the the rescue and everything. And if you do find some treasure in there, I wouldn't mind taking a small piece for myself.
Well,
let's put it like this: we'll take the pieces you asked for as repayment for saving you just yesterday.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well,
in that case, I do believe that we are squared away for the saving.
Right.
Also, I will have my cloak back. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Of course. Well, good luck down there then. I'm off. I'll see you around, I'm sure.
Do be careful of the undead here.
The what? Undead? There's no.
Oh, don't worry about it. They're down there. Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, that's not my problem then, is it? Good luck. And he looks around, picks up like a long piece of wood, and uses it as like a walking staff. Starts slowly heading downhill.
So I pick up
by the way, can you take Jasper?
What?
I cannot take him down the ravine.
What am I supposed to do with your dog?
Keep it. It will find rabbit by itself. Just keep it by the hut.
Oh.
I don't want it to run feral.
Right.
He's very friendly.
Right.
And you see, like it like looks at it over. There's just drool.
Sure. As long as you can feed it, it can feed itself.
Somewhat. Yeah. Water though would be.
Well, there's a stream by the hut. That's not a problem. All right. Well, you know where to find me then. Come on, boy. Come on. Jasper sort of looks at you.
like push it like slightly, but I have no strength in me, so it's just like that I'm actually doing it.
Yeah, it takes a few minutes before you
it will be okay, boy.
Manage to persuade Jasper into what he's supposed to do, but in the end, he gives you a mighty slobber across the face and prods off. The old man sort of dragging him partially away.
Then I'll pick up my longbow and I ask Vera, could you maybe use your senses once more to pinpoint the undead creatures?
And I take up my mask and I put it close to my eyes, the other way around, and look through the eyes of it, and begin like looking
down
around
into the chasm. Okay, so as you look down into the chasm, you can see it's about 35, 40 feet deep, and there is a scattering of what looks to be like broken pieces of metal on the ground. And on one side, there is clearly a stone doorway with a dark tunnel that disappears from view. Looking down, using your divine senses, you sense once more 4 undead auras. 2 of them seem to be in the chasm itself, but you can't see them. So you're not sure if they're invisible or hidden somewhere around the rocks or such. And 2 seem to be coming from the tunnel. But for them, you know that if they were further down the tunnel, you would not sense them because your divine sense is blocked by a lot of stone and such. So they must be very close to the entrance for you to sense them.
I convey this and then say we should take some rocks, throw them, make them come, and then you can shoot them. It'll be great.
That is definitely one option indeed.
I'm gonna look down into the cavern as well, and since I have dark vision, do I see more than she does?
I also have dark vision.
Not really, no.
Okay.
No, there's not much space to hide there. It's just this sort of muddy ground littered with a few bits and pieces of metal, and there's like rocks on 2 sides and like just earth on one side, and on the 4th side there's this tunnel opening basically.
Okay.
This stone gateway.
Can I see a way down?
Not really, I'm afraid.
Looks like we're gonna have to climb down by ropes, probably.
I start getting my rope out of my pack.
All right.
I'm not that good at this.
Do not worry, we will get through this.
Okay, so you tie the rope up to around a rock. That's
Before I climb down, I will throw I will try to see if I can find like a hand-sized rock.
Sure. There's plenty of rocks around.
I toss it down into the chasm.
Okay. Hitting the mud. Nothing happens.
All right. I then pick out a bit of dried meat from my rations
Okay.
and throw it in.
Just lying there.
Maybe we could find a rabbit.
You said there were undead down there. They probably won't wake until we're down there.
They will probably do. They probably do react to live creatures, though I do not see the use of throwing down a rabbit or something of that nature.
Oh, you're right. It
Perhaps
was surely dead. Surely
The
die.
creature would, for one, the creature would probably not survive it,
Yeah.
and secondly, I do not believe we should use life for such a purpose. I stow the bow and I say, I will go down first.
No. You don't. You have your bow. You have to.
I will go down
guard
first
us.
then.
If
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
if that
It's
is
the most
your
tactical
preference,
thing.
then I take my bow back out, just draw it for a moment, see if everything is correct. Then I take an arrow, notch it, and wait.
All right. So who's climbing first?
I will, and I will cast guidance on myself.
All right, certainly. So give me an athletics check with advantage due to the rope.
Oh, advantage. So
Okay.
15 since I rolled one on the one.
Yeah.
before.
Okay. Oh, yeah. It's not too difficult. You slowly, hand over hand, climb down the rope and then land the last like 5 feet or so. Sleep down and you can see the ground is quite muddy there. You sink in a good 2 or 3 inches. And as you do so, you hear this from your right. You look over, you look into the tunnel, and you can see 2 skeletal figures emerging, dressed in these bits and pieces of half-rotten leather armor, clutching one of them like a half-broken hatchet, and the other one a rusty short sword with small wooden shields held to their sides. And they start instantly coming towards you as you land it. And we're rolling initiative once more.
I already had an arrow knocked, so can I respond to this immediately, or do I have to wait?
Well, you don't see them yet because they're coming out of the tunnel.
Okay.
So you can't really like trail this very moment. Let's see. Okay, wow, that's another bunch of crappy initiative rolls. So we have Vera at a 5. This time it's not a D20, a D8 that you rolled. Thought with a 17. And what was
1 or 2, I suppose.
okay?
Yeah.
So you are just taken aback a little, although you were prepared for these creatures, but they do look quite horrifying. So we are starting with Thoradil. You do basically have your arrow notched, looking down, and you can now see the 2 skeletons coming out. You also see, no, that's all actually. You just see the 2 skeletons coming out of the ground.
How close are they together?
Shoulder to shoulder.
Shoulder?
Yes.
I will first shoot an arrow to the left and then to the right one.
Okay.
That's a 15
Hits.
and an 11.
That does not hit. The first skeleton takes the arrow in the shoulder. A little bit of bone breaks off. 4 damage. The other one, however, looks up and raises its shield, and the arrow stuck in the shield. Anything else you'd like to do?
I do call down to I keep forgetting
Oneshots.
Oneshots, yeah. I do call down to Oneshots. Vera noticed 4 essences.
And while you're saying this, you can see the the earth, not quite under Norsot's feet, but not very far off, burst open as two skeletons start digging their way out of the muddy ground, slowly rising up.
Over there next to you.
But that's their turn. They can't do anything anymore. They spend their whole turn digging their way out. The other two, however, do approach Norsot. One swings down with the one with the arrow in his shield, swings down the rusty hatchet at Norsot. What is your armor class, Norsot?
17.
That is a hit.
Okay.
You look over your shoulder, see the two digging out, turn back to the two that are approaching, just in time to catch a rusty hatchet into your collarbone, which deals 7 points of damage. And the other one, however, the one that's already been slightly damaged, stabs with the short sword, and you manage to bring your weapon down and parry it. That was the skeleton's turn. Vera, you're up next. You can see this from up above, about 30 feet. 30, 35 feet above their heads. What would you like to do? You're muted.
And I still 5 foot of getting down. I use my action to cast Bane, and I begin like moving my. See if it's verbal. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And I take out my knife, and I begin like cutting like a chessboard in my hand, and I begin like moving my hands in this strange as I yeah.
So you're
let them not let them
how many skeletons does that affect?
3.
All right. Which 3 do you want to cast it at?
The 2 who are walking.
All right.
And one of the others.
All right. And that's no saving throw or anything like that, right? There's
charisma.
Oh, there is. It is a saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charisma.
Wow. Well, skeletons don't have great charisma, I can tell you that much. However, one of them still succeeds. I'll say that's the one with the hatchet. The one that's already parried the arrow. The other 2 fail. Is that your turn?
I begin using my move action to get down there.
All right. Give me an athletics check with advantage. Don't worry. The DC is not very high.
Well, I am not
I know,
strong.
you're not very strong. Okay, so that's a 4. 3 back. So you slide.
No, it's a...
And then...
It's a 2. It's a 2.
Is it? 3...
-1.
-1. 2, yes. So you slide down, and the blood that you cut into your own hand makes your hand slip. And you're holding on to with one hand for a moment, but then that hand also slips. You're just too weak to hold your own body strength weight with the heavy armor, well, heavy-ish armor that you're wearing, and you just give me an acrobatics check to see if you can land at least halfway decently, not like just like full on the back. 39. Yeah, that's not a real roll. But
That's
that
a
was
23.
So yes, you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage instead of 8 as you land in the mud. It's a fairly soft landing because the mud is so deep. As you land behind the 2 skeletons that have been attacking, the 2 standing skeletons, in between them and the entrance to the...
Do I lose my concentration?
Sorry, that is possible. Roll me a concentration check. Yes, you're right. Bane is a concentration, of course. So it's a
how do I roll this?
A concentration saving throw. DC 10 that you need. So you need to beat a 10 or reach a 10. Yep, that is failed. So the Bane is gone. Well, that was not the best turn I have ever seen. Norsot, your turn.
Okay, so he's just gonna look at her and scoff a little. Then he's going to raise his shield and just say, "Creatures of the light, the sun judges you," and cast Radiance of Dawn. So concentration check for everything around me. Constitution.
Right. Actually, they have +2. 2 skeletons succeed. One of them, the one with the axe, and one of the ones that are behind you, the one that dug out, succeed. The other 2 fail. I believe the successful ones still take half damage, however.
Yep. So 8 damage for the success, and 16 damage for the ones that don't.
Oh, okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 16, you said? Wow.
Yep.
Okay, well, 2 of them just burst apart. in half burnt and blackened bones as this radiant explosion basically just bursts outwards, burning the skeletons. Yeah, 2 of them are now injured. The other 2 have just been torn apart, basically. And Thoradil, your turn.
Okay. So are the 2 that are advancing to the...
The one with the hatchet that has your arrow stuck in the shield is still standing, and one of the 2 that dug out is also still standing.
How close are they now?
One of them is in between Vera, who's lying prone behind him, and Norsot, who's standing right in front of him, and the other one is about 10 feet behind Norsot.
Okay. In that case, I will shoot an arrow at the one that's between Norsot and Vera.
Right.
And I will do so.
No, you in fact nearly hit Norsot. The arrow just flies past his face mere inches away and sticks in the mud between his feet.
Sorry. Then I will try to climb down as well, just throwing my bow.
Go for it. That's the athletic check with advantage.
Athletics check with advantage. That's 21.
Yeah, without any problems. You just slide down and you actually manage to land on the ground at the end of this turn.
Okay.
And the one skeleton...
Would I still have movement?
No, the rope... Actually, yeah, you would, in fact. You would probably still have movement, a little bit.
In that case, can I use my movement to draw my weapons?
Sure.
My short
I'll allow.
swords?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you draw 2 short swords, and just in time to have a skeleton that has still like all the muds clinging to it that just dug out. You see it just grabbing a rock that's lying around, trying to bash your head in basically with it, coming at you, swinging the rock down. But yeah, it's slow. The mud is holding it back, and you dance to the side. The rock just flies through the air, still in its fist, and does not connect. The other skeleton strikes at Norsot, who has hurt it with the Radiance of the Dawn, but this time Norsot's weapon is ready and blocks the hatchet. It's coming his way. Vera.
I scramble to my feet and grab my dagger as rapier and skeletons. It's just like, no, that's not... I cannot see any way that would happen.
Pretty much the same weapon type, so...
Yeah, but the dagger is slightly bigger. So
not really. Rapier has a fairly wide blade. It's not super thin. Like it's
no, yeah, of course it's slightly. So I will try to stick it inside the like it's like its leg, but it has 2 bones, and then switch it up to open the
knee joint or something. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I will try that. 13.
Yes, in fact, that is just enough.
Right. 5 damage.
Okay. Still barely standing. However, you do cut off its lower part of its leg, so it's now just stumbling around on one leg, basically, standing there somehow, still holding up. Norsot.
Yes, I am going to make a melee attack with my shield. Not shield. What is mace?
Against which one of the 2 skeletons?
The one that she just attacked.
Yep, the one with the hatchet, sure.
1d20 plus 4. 18.
Yep, that's a hit.
And it's double damage since this is...
It is. It is a bludgeoning weapon.
Yep, so 14 damage.
Yeah, so you just smash through its ribcage, bursting its body apart. It falls. Just a whole bunch of bones on the ground now. Thoradil.
Okay.
One last skeleton still standing.
I have my short swords at the ready.
Yes.
I rush the skeleton and just do 2 quick slashes.
All right.
And they go like this. That's a 22 and a 20.
Yeah, and with that, you first one you slash off an arm, the one with the rock, holding the rock, it flies off, lands on the ground, the finger's still clutching the rock, and then with the second one, you cut off its head, cleaving in part of the skull, and the skeleton crumbles.
I inspect my swords. They are not bloody. I put them away. And
Muddy, if anything.
Muddy. In that case, I will just swipe at them, clean them, and then I head to Vera. And is Vera still prone?
No, she stand up. She stood up. She's very muddy, but that's it. Doesn't look very injured. More embarrassed than injured, really.
I take off the vestment who I has outside of my on the outside of my scale armor, and I like begin folding it, putting it in my bag.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you all right?
Well, yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Good. In that case, I will inspect the opening of this tunnel, and I slowly head in, try to stealth, to sneakily do so.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
That's a 15.
Okay, you stealth into the tunnel. You can see this is clearly not a natural tunnel. This has been carved into the rock. A smooth stone, well, more or less smooth stone walls. It looks old and a little primitive even. It's not perfectly smooth. The tunnel disappears in the darkness ahead of you. How far do you want to go in?
I want to go in as far as I see my vision go black and white. So that's darkness.
Right, yeah. So that's about maybe 15 feet or so, 20. Okay.
And then I look further to about 60 feet.
Yeah, you do see at the edge of your dark vision, there looks to be it looks like there was once a wooden door there, marking the entrance to some sort of room beyond, but the wood has crumbled and rotted away. So it's just a little bit of wood like sticking out of the wall at the sides, basically, the remains of this door. And you do see
does it look like it's just crumpled, or does it look like someone or something has been inside?
You're not sure. It's, as I said, that's just at the edge of your dark vision. So like 30.
In that case,
actually, what's your dark vision? Is it 30 feet or 60 feet?
60.
Oh, okay. In that case, no, that's not on the edge of your dark vision. It's only about 30 feet ahead. It looks like it has crumbled by itself. It doesn't look, you don't see any weapon damage or anything. It's just pieces of wood rotten away, lying on the ground, basically.
Right.
The room beyond it seems to be empty from what you can tell. It's a medium-sized room. You do catch sight of a tunnel opposite you leading out of the room again. So the room's only about maybe 20 feet long or so. And that tunnel, however, is blocked by some sort of door from the looks of it. You can't really make it out very well.
Okay. I will head back and I will share this new knowledge with my companions.
Okay.
And ask them their opinion if we should go ahead or if we should follow any other course.
I would like to just take a short rest because I can only do that thing that I just did every once in a while.
If you wish, I don't see a time constraint here.
Good.
All right.
I'm also gonna.
I begin going in where it's still light and like feeling on the stone and trying to suss out. Just looking at it.
Hit dice, by the way.
All right. Yeah, rolling a hit die. Okay. Anyone else? Would you like to roll hit dice?
I'm currently, since my full rest.
Yeah.
At hit points. Full rest, full hit points.
Okay. Vera, you want to roll any hit dice? Or are you fine with the?
Well.
Oh, you have already rolled one. Okay. Okay. So you both mark down one hit die gone.
I overhealed by 1.
And you sit there in the rays of the sun as the sun slowly starts appearing. It's now about maybe 9 o'clock in the morning. The sun is just peeking into the cavern, into the crevasse.
Norsot would sort of like rest his shield with the face pointing towards the sun.
All right.
In that case, I will look at the rope that we climbed down with.
Yeah.
Try and see if it's secure, and then also tie the end of it to a stable rock
All right.
on the edge, just to make sure.
Sure, you can do that. Yes.
I begin bandaging the wound on my hand, who's now quite like opened more because of the rope.
Maybe a little.
I just.
All right. Yeah, and after an hour, you're ready to go. And
I light a torch.
Okay. Yeah, because you can't see. That's true.
We could also hold your hand if you wish.
I just look at you like strangely, and then I just move inside in front of you.
Okay.
Just a suggestion.
Vera pushes you out of the way, moves past, holding the torch in front of her, and you can now see the walls a little more clearly. Yeah, this is clearly a place that hasn't been created by anyone who has high skills in stone cutting, not dwarven work or something like that for sure. It's fairly well done, but there are small uneven like shapes here and there, and you can even see the trail of the chisel, sort of where it's been cut into the stone. It might have been like a natural crack or something once that was widened into a tunnel.
Right. As we walk, I say to Norsot, like, it is as if she does not appreciate my help, and I move on.
Okay. So, Vera, you have moved down the corridor, and you see now in front of you the remains of this ancient wooden door that has crumbled off and away, and beyond it seems to be a room. You can't really see much in the room because that's how far your torchlight goes.
I just stand there like waiting. I have, but I'm too curious. So I'm like, as I'm getting like anxious. I mean, they're moving like slowly behind me. And I can hear their footsteps, but it's like too slow, and I move closer and closer with my.
In that case, I follow towards Vera, easily keeping pace with her.
Okay. So you approach the room.
Mm-hmm.
And go inside.
Vera, as you step inside the room, stepping over through the doorway, basically, where the door has crumbled away, you hear a weird sound, like a...
I begin moving backwards.
As you start moving backwards, the ground under your feet falls away. As a trapdoor opens under your feet, you give me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage. It's 8 plus 3, it's 11. You try to leap backwards, but the ground disappears and you...
Since I was keeping pace with her,
yes,
could I try and
you can try.
Catch her?
You can try. You can give me a also a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage, basically. Or actually, for you, it wouldn't be a saving throw. It's technically a check, but natural 20 will do it. So you grab her by the neck and just manage to pull her back before she falls down there. The torch, however, falls out of your hand and disappears. And hits.
Can I carefully look down to see where the torch is falling?
Yeah, you do see the torch still burning about 15 foot underneath you in a small opening, basically. And you see it's a pit. And the pit has half-rotten pieces of wood that you figure must have once been spears pointing upwards.
Can you lift me out? I don't appreciate hanging here. It's still hanging.
Hold on,
in your arm. I just like look. I can see the spears too, and I have these massive eyes, just like.
Right. You'll pull her backwards.
I will approach from behind and just like tap her on the shoulder and cast light on her gauntlet.
Okay.
Right. I will. Is it either that I aid her in climbing up, or that she aids me?
No, you can pull her out. That's not. Okay. You don't have to roll.
I'm a small halfling. I mean,
yeah.
Of course.
If I can carry my gear, you can carry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. In that case, I pull her up. I say, apparently we need to be careful, and I try to step into the room
Yeah,
next to
the
trap?
hole is only about 6 or so or 7 feet, so you can easily jump over it.
Okay.
Very wide. It's pretty much at the very entrance, just before the door, where the door would have been. But yeah, but you easily leap over with your elven agility, land in the room, and look.
And I will check around to see if there's any, like in this room, if there's any more indications of further traps,
What you see
especially around the door.
Okay, so what you see as you leap into the room, but you're already in the room now, you can see there is 3 corridors, left, right, and ahead. The corridor to the left and the right both seem to have had wooden doors that crumbled away as well. And the corridor ahead of you actually also had a wooden door, but that one was reinforced with metal, and it's still sort of there. The wood is crumbled. There's a few holes in the door, but it's still there. It's still holding this corridor close, the one going straight ahead.
Right. Can I look around to see if the doors of the other corridors are trapped in a similar manner or a different way?
Investigation check.
Investigation.
I will cast guidance on him.
Okay, that's a
In
1.
that case,
Add 1d4.
1d4. So you think there's no traps here? Pretty sure. That was a one-off.
7.
Yeah, your keen elven eye would never miss a trap. There's clearly no traps in this room.
As far as I know, there are no traps here.
Being a dwarf, I am naturally untrusting of elves. So,
in Dwarvish, as he starts investigating, in Dwarvish, he says, I say, so you do not believe me.
Right, well, that's much better. Yes, the elf is right. For once, the elf is right. You know much more about stonework than the elf, clearly.
right.
But he was right. There were no traps here.
I don't admit that I don't think there are traps here. I just quietly walk on.
Okay. As Vera enters the room with her bright gauntlet now that's shining in this golden light, you do see there are carvings on the walls in this room. And there's also what looks to be the remains of furniture, but long since rotten away. It's so destroyed that you don't even really know what type of furniture it was. It's just chunks of wood, basically, rotten and crumbled all away. The carvings on the walls are pictograms. They're depicting scenes with humanoid, nearly stick figures. They're not very highly skilled, carved into the walls on the sides. And as I said, 3 corridors.
What are the
is there any? I mean, I'm looking for a place that would indicate. I mean, there's these carvings on all of the door.
No, they're not on the doors. They're on the walls, on the 2 side walls.
Yeah. Okay. I will try to look at the carvings and see if I see anything that would catch my eye with the amounts of my goddess, trying to find out which way she wants me to go. And I'm like looking for that. Looking for something like
you can give me
super symmetrical or something like that.
Give me a what would that be? Let's say be an investigation check, most likely.
Okay.
Are you looking at the carving?
Oh, I'm still rolling with advantage, so that is 6. No, 7.
Yeah. So you're not sure. The pictograms are fairly simple, but you don't glean any clues from them.
Could I do the same just to see what they actually depict?
Well, the pictograms depict what you think is the story of some. It seems like it's one story basically, and you think it's depicting the story of some sort of maybe like a holy man, a shaman, or maybe like a wizard or something. There's a bearded figure. That shows up again and again. And it looks like it's doing magic, basically. It's doing like fire and lightning and everything. And there's people offering it gifts. Like, what looks you'd say this is quite old. Maybe some sort of tribal humans have dwelt here, and this might have been one of their leaders or something that is depicted on, or one of their holy men or whatnot that is depicted on these things. Give me a intelligence check.
Ooh, okay. Just straight up intelligence is here.
17. Okay. You do realize that the pictograms, they seem very old. The furniture, however, even though you can't really see what it was, and the doors and such, it doesn't seem to fit. The pictograms are primitive, but the doors look like, I mean, as much as you can tell, look like decent doors. They don't look like some like shabby ancient construction before people knew how to like use the wheel and whatnot, if you know what I mean. So you think this cavern, this whatever it is, this ruin was created and then reused, basically, if you know what I mean.
I mentioned this to the rest, and I ask if, like, do I notice if these paintings, these pictograms are like human, elvish?
You would say humans, yes. It's hard to make out because it's fairly primitive. As I said, it's a little more than stick figures, really. But you would say human.
Okay.
It doesn't look like elvish to you. I mean, elves were never this primitive.
Of course not.
Of course.
I mentioned this to my companions, including the aside that elves would never do something like this.
Neither would dwarves, so clearly they are here.
I just look at how big the room is and like nod, yeah, like. But
I mean, dwarf are small people, but they build big things. Okay.
yeah, but
no, it doesn't look.
You know,
this doesn't strike you as dwarvish at all. There's nothing here that says dwarven architecture to you at all.
And yeah, I guess halfling are more pragmatic, so they wouldn't build things so big if they didn't need it. It's just like, why?
Yeah, pretty much.
That is fair enough.
We're basically like two art snobs with someone from IT.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But which door should we use?
Well, there's only one door.
And I put like my hand through the door and like light down one of the tunnels, and then.
Okay, so lighting down one of the tunnels, the one on the right side, it goes down.
I do the Iron Man pose, like.
Yeah, exactly. You hold out your hand, the light shines down the corridor, and you can see the remains of another door, but as I said, it's crumbled away. The corridor continues and seems to, after about 20 feet or so, seems to be opening up into a room. On the other side, pretty much the same. 20 feet of corridor opening up into a room.
I open up my pack and then pull out 2 5-foot wooden poles and twist them together.
Okay. So you do
have
have a 10-foot pole.
Nice.
Okay.
As we head, I suggest we head to the right, into the right corridor, and I just feed the pole through the doorway.
Okay.
Just start touching the walls.
I look at you and I say, you are very old-fashioned, and I like smile.
I've heard that people have done this a long time ago, in the age of famous treasure hunters.
I've always wanted to be one of these traditional treasure hunters.
So you're basically just walking around tapping the sort of floors and the sides of the walls.
Yep.
But the floor seems pretty solid.
Okay.
Nothing.
I try to step where I already pressed down.
Yeah, sure. You make your way down the corridor slowly but surely. It takes you about 2 or 3 minutes to make your way down that 20-foot corridor. And now see, with the light shining in behind you and, of course, your own dark vision, a medium-sized room that you think must have been once some sort of library. Sadly, the books are nearly fallen to dust. You can see what looks to be the remains of shelves, but even the shelves themselves have rotten, and there's just dust and a few pieces of like leather here and there in the dust that are a bit better preserved, and little snippets of parchment and such.
Can I try and find in this, while still keeping the pole to guide my way?
You're right.
can I try and find like the biggest piece of writing that there's still left and try and identify them?
You look around. Give me another intelligence check.
Intelligence. Oh.
6. You can't really make out much. There's just bits and pieces. Sometimes it's just like a single letter, sometimes like 2 or 3 letters. Not enough to give you any clues. However, you do realize that there's multiple languages here. There's not just like human alphabet or common. There's
Different scripts. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Can I tell how old this writing must be?
Not really, no. Old for sure. Otherwise, the books wouldn't have crumbled away. Probably a couple 100 years, but you're not sure. I mean, for Elvish age, like the way elves measure time, maybe not that old.
I tell the others to come and show them the places that I've stepped on.
Okay. There is no exit from this room, by the way. It's just that's where the corridor ends.
And I do mention that this wait. Can I check to see if there aren't any like hidden passages, like stone that's been cut in the wall?
Investigation
Or
check.
behind the bookcases. I begin like trying to move the bookcases,
Yeah,
but I mean they're rotten that I'm
It
weak.
just breaks apart, just crumbles down.
Okay. And the light is just like flickering everywhere when it's just.
Okay, you're checking the walls, Thoradil. So give me.
Do that with guidance.
All right.
Oh, can't I just use perception? Oh, fair enough.
Investigation.
That's a 10.
1d4.
Yes, plus 1d4. Yes, for guidance, but nothing you can. You don't see any.
Plus 4.
Yes, 14. You don't see any secret passageways.
Okay.
Seems to be solid stone walls. In fact, here the walls are a little. Here and there, it looks like a little bit like a natural cave.
Okay.
The walls aren't perfectly smooth, so this maybe was once a cave that was sort of extended a little, I guess. And especially when you're looking at the ceiling, it still looks a little like a cave ceiling, not so much like a straight ceiling with corners.
Right. In that case, I suggest that we move to a different corridor and look on.
Okay, so you walk back up to the other side, probably the left-hand corridor. Again, the same thing with the 10-foot pole.
Yes.
All right, so just tapping around, walking down the corridor. Again, nothing. It looks pretty much the same. There's a door crumbled that you walk through. Tap, tap, tap. No traps. And another room, again, a room that has no exits. This one looks like it was once some sort of bedroom, basically. The bed itself was a massive thing once, and it's still half preserved. It's like a really heavy wooden bed in the middle of the room. There was other furniture in here as well, and you think there's what looks to be the remains of some sort of rich rug that was on the floor once, and some like rugs hanging on the walls as well, but they're all fallen apart, basically. The only thing that is in this room still more or less intact, well, not intact, it's still heavily damaged, but you can recognize it is this large double bed.
Right.
One of the legs has snapped and the bed sort of leaning over to one side a little bit.
All right. Do I notice anything out of the ordinary? Anything? Is there any other furniture apart from the bed?
There is pieces of furniture. No, nothing preserved, but pieces of furniture and pieces of rugs and such. You can give me a perception check looking around if you wish.
Of course.
With guidance?
With guidance?
No, guidance you can only do if you know that he's going to do something.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. Right.
But a 20 is good enough. I mean, perception check is something that just happens.
Yeah.
So you look around and you do spot something. There is under the remains of a rug in the corner. There's a little like a bulge, basically, like as if something is lying under the rug.
Okay, I take my pole.
You poke it. Nothing happens. It's not moving.
Then I try to pull away the rug with the
Yeah,
ball.
you can ever so carefully. You push it aside, and you see there looks to be a small. Well, there was once a small chest, a wooden chest, only about this size, that was covered in this rug. Now the chest is broken and rotten. You do see, however, that inside the chest there is a few fairly fancy-looking silver, like rings and amulets,
Okay.
necklaces and such, basically jewelry.
I step closer. Can I see what they are just from the ground up? Or
Yeah, there's a couple, about maybe 4 or 5 rings, about 3 necklaces, and 2 or 3 bracelets.
I call the others over.
Okay.
You
are muted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm there. I'm like just behind you, just looking at it.
Right. I gingerly pick up one of the rings.
You see a flash of light and this red eye stare. No.
That is pretty old school.
Suddenly, this burning eye appears.
I thought it was a silver ring, not a gold one.
Don't be racist. I don't see color.
What?
So a necklace for each. Bracelet for each.
Make a good price.
I would
probably.
I would suggest we sell them as one and split the gold proceeds.
Yeah, they look like definitely old style of jewelry, like people have worn maybe hundreds of years ago, human jewelry. But you would say this would still probably, all in all, maybe like 100 gold or so. If you find a collector, maybe even like 150 or so. It's a decent worth. It's of decent worth.
I mean, we could sell the rest of it, but I want a necklace. You can take 1 necklace each. There's 3 of them. The rest of it don't fit me. And like take off one of the rings, and it's just too big in my hand.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I glance over at
put the necklace around your head, your neck.
And I just, for some reason, I can't remember Norsot as a name. So I glance over at Norsot and wonder what he thinks of this idea.
Well, I like the pooling money, but she can keep a necklace if she wants to wear it, I suppose.
I mean, you can also get 1 each, and then you can take the money from that for yourself. I don't mind.
How about you take a necklace and we 2 pool the money?
No. That's not fair at all. Then I want a ring and a bracelet.
We'll
but I can't wear them, so that doesn't matter.
We'll pull the money for the remaining necklaces, and then pull the money for the rings for the 3 of us.
Sure.
And I offer her one of the necklaces.
I take the other one, and then
I offer the necklaces.
Okay,
for you to choose.
I pick one who has like with a root, like this shape, and I take it on.
There is a necklace with a rearing horse on it.
What?
Like
a rearing horse.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I snatched that when I look closer, and then I put the other back.
Okay.
And I put the rest of the jewelry in my pack.
Sure. Yeah, you just take the whole hand, a fistful basically, and put it away. The chest is not well enough preserved to be of much use. They would probably break apart in your pack if you take it.
Right.
Okay.
All right then. I suggest we head to the more reinforced door.
Yes, you do. Okay. So you're now head back to the main room, so this entryway with the pictograms. You're now standing in front of this, as I said, still standing door. I mean, it looks like 2 or 3 decent hits would probably break it, but it is still standing. However, there are like tears and cracks and a few holes in the door where the wood has rotted away. But there is enough like iron hinges and pieces of iron that have been in the wood itself, holding it to still have it stand. Reinforced.
Can we see if it's locked?
You can give it a push if you want.
I will try.
There is a lock on the door, yes.
I will try and open it.
Nope, it is locked.
Okay. I'll pull out some lock-picking tools, which I have.
Are you proficient with them as well?
I am not proficient in.
Okay, well, you can still give it a try if you want to.
Just a straight sleight of
With
hand.
guidance.
Right?
Yep.
Straight sleight of hand.
With what, plus 1d4?
Sleight of hand, sorry. With a d4, that is 10.
You fiddle around with the lock for like a minute or so, but it doesn't really do anything.
Should I try? You got big clumsy fingers.
How
Elven
big is this
fingers are not clumsy.
how big is this door?
But
Alex?
go ahead.
Sorry, what was it?
How big is the door?
Wide, it's about maybe 4 feet wide or so.
Right, and
And
the
it's about-
iron bracing, is it just the side or?
No, it's sort of through the door. There's several like pieces of iron going from one side to the other, but on the sides as well. Yes, there is like a border, so to speak, around the door that's also made of iron.
Yeah, I was basically wondering if I could just knock the wood out and.
Oh, you could, yeah. You could probably break the wood. As I said, it looks like it only needs a few strong hits and it will break apart. The iron is rusted partially, and the wood is mostly rotten, so it's not very strong protection anymore. However, it looks like Vera is trying the lockpicks.
With guidance.
Of course. 19. She doesn't need your guidance, I don't think. It's just a few deft moves of the fingers, and the lock clicks open with a very old sounding like sounds. You're pretty sure this lock's probably not going to lock itself anytime soon again. But it is open. The door actually swings open a few inches inward.
I pick up my pole again.
And I hand over the tools.
I stuff them back into my pack, and I push the door open with the pole and start tapping.
There's a corridor again, but this one's only about 7 or 8 feet long, and then opens up into a room. And you can see that this room has what looks to be a small stone altar in towards the end of it, so opposite you, not so much in the center, not completely in the center, but further back. And beyond this stone altar is a heavy stone door with 2 what looks to be bronze sort of handles, like a double stone door.
Okay.
I look when he begins with the pole again. I look to Oneshots and says, "This again." Yes.
Yeah, he moves in, tap, 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 and you do get
sooner. You wouldn't have fallen.
You do get to the entryway, to the entrance of to the start of the room itself without encountering any traps. And yeah, you can see, as I said, the room is mostly empty. There was furniture here, but it's broken and crumbled. The only thing that is preserved is the stone altar. That is not a whole desk as such. It's more like a small podium sort of thing. It's a single leg holding a stone, like a stone bowl, basically, stone-shaped bowl. However, the bowl is closed at the top, so it's not. It doesn't have an indentation. And on the top of this, there are half sunken into the stone. There are 3 crystals next to each other. One is the one on the left is silver. The one in the center is red, and the one on the right side is gold. They're about maybe this big.
Silver, red, gold. You said.
Yes. They're about this big, and they're not ruby. They're like semi-precious stones, basically.
Okay.
Big, fairly large chunks of semi-precious stone inlaid into the stone can
carefully make my way to the altar.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to make a perception check to see if there's anything else that catches my eye.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a perception check. Wow.
No, room seems clean. Nothing else.
Fair enough. And I want to investigate the crystals.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. Okay. So looking at the crystals, they're all three are inlaid into the stone, and you do see they're sort of semi-translucent. And when you look through them, the light of Vera's glove shining through them, and you can see there are fine arcane symbols underneath the crystals, like on the stone underneath the crystals.
Okay.
Other than that, the altar is mainly undecorated, really. However, there is a single symbol that it's on the top of the altar, sort of opposite you, basically, which kind of looks like an arrow that's pointing at the door. It's a bit more intricate than that. Sort of a triangle shape.
Do I realize what any of these arcane symbols mean?
No, you do not have any magical training, I'm afraid.
All right. I motion for the others to join us, to join me.
Okay.
Oh. Can you do anything about this, Nosset?
This is beyond me.
No. You're not a dwarf. I don't care. I look at the stone thing. Can I? Is it too tall so I can't see the?
Yeah, it is. You can actually see it. It's not very tall. It's about, for you, it would be like maybe chin height. So you can sort of, on your tiptoes, you can look at the crystals and see them well.
Okay. I stand there with my hands up.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay. Yeah.
I got no idea either, really.
Well, none of you is an arcane user, I'm afraid. So there are arcane symbols, but that's all you can tell, pretty much.
I say we leave them alone. They appear to be trapped to me.
Maybe the best course of action. Well, next door.
Yes, the only door in the room is this heavy stone door, this double stone door with two, as I said, the two bronze door knobs, basically, one protruding from each side.
I draw my rapier and like go over and touch the bronze.
Okay, you touch the bronze with the tip of your rapier. Ting, ting, ting.
Yeah.
It's a little green now from age, but it seems nothing is happening as you rapier.
Okay. Then I sheath it and then I open the door and then I open it for.
Doesn't move at all.
I just like.
Yeah, it's way too heavy. Thick slabs of stone.
Just look at the other two.
Okay, I'm gonna cast guidance on myself and attempt to push it open.
Sure. Give me a athletics check.
That's +2.
Mm-hmm. Nope, not moving. Not even moving.
Maybe we should all try and push on it at the same time.
I will help.
Well, which one do you want to roll?
I mean, I'm probably the strongest.
Okay, then re-roll it with advantage. With all three of you pushing, it seems like the door is starting to give a little bit, but you just can't uphold the pressure, and you just sink back, breathing heavily. There's
Maybe
something holding the door closed. It's not just the weight of the door itself. I mean, the door is also quite heavy, so you need to be a fairly strong person to push it open anyway. But no, this would have opened it, but there's something holding it closed.
I do believe we need to do something with these crystals, as I motion to the altar.
Maybe you should poke it with your stick.
That seems like an excellent suggestion. Will I do so?
So what do you poke?
I will poke the leftmost crystal. That is the silver one, I think.
Nothing happens.
Okay, then I try to do it with the red one.
Nothing.
And the gold one.
No, you poke all 3 crystals. Nothing happens.
Okay. Then I sigh, I head to the altar, and with my bare fingers, I touch the silver crystal.
Okay. As soon as you touch it, you feel a little bit of warmth, and the silver crystal lights up with a very soft glow.
Okay. Does anything else happen?
Nope.
In that case, I will...
Try to touch it again.
I will touch it again.
The glow disappears.
I will touch it again.
Okay, it starts glowing again.
And then I will
It's
touch
like
the gold
super.
crystal.
Oh, I have this like smile that's like too wide for my small face. I just move closer.
Okay, so sorry, what was the other one? You touched the gold one?
Crystal.
Yep, the gold crystal also lights up with a gold.
And the red crystal.
That also lights up.
And that is all that happens?
Yes.
Wasn't there like a big glyph or something?
Yes, I will. Is the glyph the symbol of like that points to the door? Is that kind of like a button, or is that just
No, it's just
a sigil? Yes.
Into the yes, the sigil is carved into the stone.
Nonetheless, I will touch it.
Nothing happens. It feels cold under your fingers.
Okay.
You don't get the feeling that this is anything necessarily arcane.
Try to touch the silver again.
Wait, no. Let's try to open the door first.
Okay, since I'm standing by the door, I'm gonna try opening it.
Okay. As you open the door, you push the door, you hear a sound, and you're like, yes, it's moving. But then you realize, nope, it's not moving. What's moving is above your head. You look up, and you see an opening. It's slid open, and you see something yellowish pouring down, like thick slime, falling down onto your head, basically. And you guys, the two of you who are standing on the altar, so about maybe like 6 or 7 feet away, see this mass of yellow slime just falling out of the ceiling and hitting a Oneshots. Give me a strength saving throw, please.
Okay.
And you fall down prone onto the ground with this yellow slime covering you completely in a small heap. And as you're watching, you feel Oneshots. You feel a burning sensation as the acid of the slime starts slowly seeping into your armor and into your flesh. And then you see this whole thing starting to move.
Oozes.
So, Oneshots, you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage and 6 points of acid damage.
Okay.
And we are in initiative.
Yay!
Let's see. 19.
I'm going to illuminate my roof a bit.
Uh, 20, nice. For Oneshots. 21, what the hell? Wow. Okay. You guys are getting faster. And I have a 10. Okay. So, Vera, you're up first. What do you wish to do? You see Oneshots covered by the sentient slime, face first on the ground in front of the door.
So basic. Oh.
What
Do I think my divine smite will only hit the slime? I mean, I think the thunderous thing will hit both of them.
Yes, the thunderous would. The divine smite will probably only hit the slime. Yes, if you aim for the slime. It's
Okay.
It's fairly large. It's like a whole mound on top of him. It's not like just like a thin layer stuck to his body or anything like that.
Okay. And then by the red knight, and I hold my already like lit gauntlet, and it lights up in like in a beam like.
What are you casting?
Divine smite.
That's
I expend the spell slots and will.
You have to roll first, and then if you hit, you can do it.
Oh.
Because if you miss, you don't waste the divine smite. So you just do a melee attack with your rapier, I believe. Is that correct?
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Trying not to hit my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. 15.
15 does hit. So it takes first damage from the rapier.
Yeah.
And what kind of damage does the rapier do?
Piercing, so I don't think it takes anything.
You stab it. It does seem to mind it a little bit, not much, but a little bit.
5 damage then.
Okay. What 5? Oh yeah, 5. Yeah, right. And the
3.
smite. Do you want to do smite as well?
Yeah, definitely.
That's radiant.
Yeah, and that is 9 damage as from the light from my gauntlets just go through the rapier.
So that is 5, 9, 14 points of damage. All right, there's a little bit of slime is just flung off from the creature, but it's still standing. Anything else you'd like to do?
Move behind the big, trying to obscure myself behind the altar, using my natural stealthiness.
That would give you an attack of opportunity if you move out of reach.
Oh, okay, then I don't.
Okay. Norsot, you're up next.
Yes, I'm going to cast Bless on all of us.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try and move out of this thing.
Okay. Yeah, you manage to roll to the side and then stumble up. Bless on all 3. Okay.
Yep.
And that is your turn. Thoradil.
Thoradil, he's moving towards the ooze, and but before he does that, he casts Hunter's Mark on the ooze.
Certainly.
That is 1 spell slot expended, and then 2 slashing attacks from the short sword.
Extra D4 on all of them.
Plus D4 to hit. But you don't need any extra rolls because you hit with both anyway.
And I do an additional 2d6 damage.
Yes, you do.
For both Hunter's Mark attacks. So that in total is 10 damage.
So you slash into the jelly creature, slash through it, step back, and you see the bits and pieces that you've slashed have fallen off, and then start moving on their own. As now there are 3 creatures instead of 1.
Whoops.
1 big one and 2 smaller ones, basically.
And
So
the deal feels stupid now.
Well, the 3 jellies. Well, you will all 3 get 1 attack each because there's 3 of them now. The first one, the big one, goes after Thoradil. But Thoradil manages to, as this pseudopod thing, tentacle comes out, trying to latch onto you. You manage to leap backwards and misses you. One of the smaller ones, attacking Norsot. You also manage to bring your shield up and just hits your shield instead of you. And Vera, that will be also a miss. All 3 of you manage to avoid being hit by these creatures, these slimes. And Vera, it is your turn.
I will try to hit the big one again.
All right. Nope. Your rapier goes
No, I'm a halfling. I'm very lucky.
Oh, that is true.
Yes.
That is true. I forgot about
It's
that.
like it seems like I'm going to fall through it, but then it's just I stab it some.
You stumble and stab it instead.
Yes.
Excellent. Hits.
And I will expend my spell slot and divine smite it.
Once more, surely.
Yeah. So first the piercing damage, there will be 4 damage,
Yeah.
and then it would be 9 radiant damage
So
again.
13.
And again,
Okay. The radiance of the rapier explodes inside, and bits and pieces of slime are just flung away, half burned, lying around. This slime is grown very small indeed now after this attack. This second divine smite that hits you. Norsot.
Okay, so you said there were like 3 of them.
Yes.
Right?
One of them is now very small. The other ones are sort of medium-sized, basically, about your size.
Okay, so I'm going to get up beside Mia's character that I forgot the name of and cast Burning Hands.
You can do that, yes.
If
Yes.
Can I hit all of them? Yep.
Let me think. They moved in forward a little bit. You would hit 2 of them. You would be able to hit the ones attacking you and the one attacking Vera. You could also hit the one attacking Thoradil, but if you do so, you would also catch Vera with the blast.
I will do that. Oh, hold on. Or half as much damage. No, I won't do that then.
Okay.
Yep.
So just the 2.
Just the 2. Yep.
Go for it.
So dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throws. Oh, their dexterity is super good. They fail.
Okay, good.
They're oozes. They're not the most agile of creatures.
14 damage to both.
Okay, both of them, both the one attacking Vera and the one that was attacking you, just start burning and falling apart. And there's this indescribably disgusting smell, this smoke coming from their bodies, filling the top side of the room. And you're starting to cough. It's a terrible smell. It's basically burning chemicals. Thoradil. You're the only one who has an opponent at the moment. What do you wish to do?
Sorry. I will move back, which will cause an attack of opportunity.
Certainly. Yes, finally there is a hit. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage and 3 points of acid damage as the creature.
9 damage in total.
Yes.
Okay. I move back, say, 25 feet, if it's possible.
Sure, you can do that. Yeah. You leap over the altar towards the front of the room where the door was, or the entrance anyway.
Or at least I move as far away as I can and switch to my longbow.
Yeah, that's fine. You can switch to your longbow. You will have to drop your short swords to do that, but you can.
Okay, I drop them where I stand at that moment.
Okay.
And I attack with a longbow.
Go for it.
Which is a piercing.
Yes, that hits. And
it also does 1d6 Hunter's Mark damage.
Well, actually, it doesn't, because you haven't transferred Hunter's Mark. This is a new creature.
But I cast it on the big one.
The main one, yes, exactly. And the big one is the one that was destroyed by Vera.
Oh, in that case, I use bonus
But yes,
attack.
you can. Technically, yes. You can use the bonus action to transfer it. Yeah, sure. Yeah. That is 14 points of damage. Yeah, the arrow hits the creature and nails it to the wall behind it, basically. And the creature just taking the arrow with it, as the arrow just melts away from the acid, slowly dissolves into a puddle, as whatever magic has been holding it together is, dispelled by your arrow.
I pick up my short swords again.
Okay.
This was unpleasant.
Yes,
Let's try to poke the door with the stick when we do the thing. So we should make a system. We have with no one lit on, nothing happens. All 3 very bad. Let's try with the silver.
Just
lit.
silver?
Yes, and then try to poke the door.
Okay.
Okay.
So you poke the door with your rapier?
No, with my a 10-foot
Yeah,
pole?
the pole.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
the pole
it's a very heavy door. Nothing happens. You just hear tick,
Okay.
tick, tick.
I go there and begin trying to push in the door.
Okay. The door, as you push it, swings open. And the silver crystal stops glowing behind you.
Fair enough.
Oh, I bet we were only supposed to press one of the crystals and not all of them.
Apparently so. Indeed.
Seems like it, yes. Okay. A corridor in front of you, opening and disappearing into darkness.
How far is corridor?
With your dark vision, you see about 25, 30 feet, and then another room.
Okay.
And in this room, you actually see shapes. It looks like there's some sort of stone slabs or something in the room. And on these slabs are bottles and different shaped glass canisters lining. It sort of reminds you of like an alchemist's lab or something like that.
Okay.
That seems to be waiting for you up ahead. And you see a lot of those bottles even hold some sort of liquid or something, or different liquids.
Do you see anything?
Should
do. I look?
There seems to be a laboratory of some sort.
Oh.
You can look, but be careful where you stand. There might be additional traps.
I take off my mask and I turn it around and begin looking with divine sense.
Okay.
Or the
But that's fiends, undead, and celestials, right?
yeah.
Nothing.
In
I
that
shake
case,
my head and put it on again.
let's see.
I am going to pop my one healing potion, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, are you feeling no? And when you like open the lid, it's like no. You want me to help you?
Well, if you have something, sure.
I walk over to you and like put my hand on you and give you like 15.
However many you need, really. I mean, you can.
Yeah.
15 is exactly how many I need.
Okay. Well, then
Yeah, boom. I just
a surge of healing flows through your body, and you feel fine again. The essence.
you can see from your hand, you can see like a pattern of like a chessboard, just slowly appear, and then
I will use a bonus action to move my hunter's mark from the ooze to Vera.
No, that doesn't work.
How does that not work?
Because that's not intended to be used that way. Otherwise, you could keep Hunter's Mark on forever.
It's still a creature.
I know, but nonetheless.
What?
I will not allow that, sorry.
No. Okay.
you're gonna stab me at the back first, at least.
Exactly.
I was trying to find a way to keep it up without having to expend an additional spell slots.
I'm afraid you will have
next
to.
encounter.
But
And I will try to try and find a game developer from Wizards to figure out this situation. But
Oh, I'm sure you can.
I will yield to you for now.
Rule-wise, I'm sure you can do it. I just personally don't allow it.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
If it just says creature, unless it says enemy, but I haven't checked the spell. I'm sure it will work, but as I
In
said,
that case, we will check it out.
Okay, so I suppose we're moving into this room.
yeah, but I want the man with the stick to move in front of us.
It says creature you can see.
yeah. As I said, rule raw. I'm sure it works the way you want it to do.
Okay.
So, what do you want to do?
I would like to investigate some of the alchemical paraphernalia.
So you want to walk all the way into the room?
Use your
My
stick.
pole.
Use your stick.
With my pole.
Okay. So you tapping away again, and you come to, are you following the two of you?
Yep.
Okay, so you're holding behind him. The corridor is wide enough that you can walk side by side, the two of you in the back. That's not a problem. And you do enter this room now, and you can see this is definitely some sort of large alchemist laboratory. The room is about 40 feet long and about good 25 feet wide. And yeah, it holds a lot of stone slabs with multiple, probably about 30 or 40 different shaped glass canisters and bottles and whatnot. Some of them are connected with long, thin pieces of glass as well. Yeah, in some of them, actually about half of them or so hold different colored liquids. Some of them look more like slime, others look still fairly liquid. 2 or 3 seem to be even holding some sort of gas or something, or like some sort of smoke. And you also see at the far side of the room, at the very back, is what looks to be an alcove, like an indentation on the wall, a fairly wide one, about 10 feet wide, which is covered by the remains of a tattered curtain, like a reddish curtain with holes inside and half broken.
I slowly make my way towards the curtain.
Okay.
And use my
perception
pole. I'll make a perception check.
Yep.
That is an 8.
Okay. Everything seems quiet. It's a bit weird. You can see your own reflection sort of walking with you as you walk past the glasses and then disappearing, of course. And you reach the curtain without any incident.
And I will pull the curtain away with the pole.
Okay, you pulled aside the curtain. Some parts of the curtains come loose and start breaking off. And you see behind it are 3 chests lined up, 2 like to the sides and 1 straight ahead. 3 large wooden and iron chests. 2 of them look damaged and old. One of them looks actually fairly new, the one straight ahead of you. Like it's made of some sort of material, some sort of light wood. It's sort of this grayish wood that seems to be resisting time quite well. Or maybe it's just not there that as long as the other 2.
I poke it.
Okay. As you poke it, it opens a multitude of eyes looking at you. And you're like, oh! And we are rolling initiative.
Has a minute passed since I cast Bless?
Yes, I would say it has.
Nice.
About 3 or 4 minutes, because he was walking down the corridor, tapping every single piece. That took a while. Wow, that's a 25. You guys are getting really much better at rolling initiative.
We rolled a lot of natural 20s.
Okay,
I think we rolled like 5, 6 at this point.
14.
But
Yeah,
don't pat ourselves on the back just yet. We're not done.
Nope, not quite.
And we have a mimic to fight. As far as we know.
And 21 for Thordria.
Is there a point
It's
in taking a short,
Tauredil, not Thordil.
Sorry?
in taking a short break, or are we about to be done? Because I'm kind of getting a little hungry.
This will be the last battle.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Well, the mimic is pretty fast. Well, Vera, you can start because, yeah, you're the first up first. You see him basically leaping backwards and shouting.
By the way, it was a 23 because I forgot to change it.
Okay, that doesn't really matter. 23 is still highest up initiative-wise. So you see Thordil. You're still sort of at the entrance to the room, so he's about good 30 feet away from you, leaping backwards as when you push the curtain away and shouting something about a mimic.
Yeah, I'm running up there with the rapier in front of me, like a small spear.
Yep.
Just,
What's your movement speed again?
25.
Okay, so you get just behind Thordil. you can't see the mimic. Oh, actually, sorry, are they still holding the curtain to the side or no? No, you poked the creature.
I pulled it to the side, and then I poked it. I'm not sure if the curtain has moved back.
No, you're right. It wouldn't. It's too damaged. It's probably just hanging down one side now. So yes, you can see the mimic. However, it's still about 15 feet away from you, Vera.
Actually, it would be at most 10 feet away from me.
Yeah, but you it's 10 feet away from you, but she's not. She's behind you. So she's
right. Yes.
5 more feet away.
I just like look.
Yeah, you see this large chest with a multitude of eyes, and its lid comes open. And you see these long rows of teeth and this slimy purple tongue slowly coming out like a large muscular snake thing.
And I will try to hide behind.
Yes, you can totally do that because you're.
I am a wood elf. I'm not a tree.
Now you are.
Same difference.
I'm not standing like this.
Well, it's not a very successful hide. She's still
No, because he knows how I do it, and then he begins like complaining, and then it's like I'm out of the tree.
Well, Thoradil, it is your turn next.
Okay. I take my bow.
Okay, so you drop the 10-foot pole on the ground.
I cast Hunter's Mark on the mimic.
Okay, yes, you can.
That is my second.
Yep.
And I will attack the mimic. That is a 16.
That will hit, definitely.
And that will add 10 damage.
Okay.
So it's 10 damage in total.
Okay. Yeah, the arrow sinks deep into the mimic, but it doesn't seem particularly impressed. This is a pretty tough creature. Anything else you'd like to do?
I will step. I will step back towards one of the desks.
Okay, so how far do you want to move away?
15 feet.
Okay. You step backwards, walking around one of the desks. So one of the desks is sort of in between you and the mimic. The mimic's turn next. It will leap forward, dunk, 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 and then with this massive tongue leash out towards Vera, trying to wrap the tongue around her and pull her in, basically. That is a 19, yes. So, Vera, you take 11 points of damage as the mimic's tongue slaps you in the face, wraps around your shoulders, pulls you in, and you realize this tongue and the whole mimic, in fact, is covered with some sort of glue-like material that's extremely sticky. You're basically stuck to the front of the creature. You're grappled.
And I like have a when I see the tongue, there's like a and then afterwards just like trying to get out of it.
Yep, that is the mimic's turn. Norso.
Yes, I'm going to move into range and cast Bless.
Okay. How far do you want to move in? The mimic from you would be about 30 feet away. Yeah, actually 35 feet away, to be precise.
Until it's 20 feet away.
Okay. You cast Bless on all of you.
Yep.
Okay. Next, what happens is you hear this weird voice saying, "Why did you come here? You thieves! I cannot let you touch the master's belongings." And Norsat, you look to the side, to the left, and for a moment there is something purplish, like the reflection of something that isn't truly there, that's moved through the glasses to your left. And then you see two rays of energy, one shooting towards you, the other one shooting towards Thoradil. One ray is a stark red one hitting you, Norsot. Give me a Constitution saving throw. And the other ray is completely black, striking into Thoradil.
Add a d4 to your saving throw, by the way.
Okay.
So Is it a dex saving throw?
It is a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay. 17.
That is a success. So, Thoradil, you feel this cold seeping into your bones, and you start shaking as this fear, this panic starts engulfing you. But you, with your whole will, you push it aside, and you stay calm, a little shaken, but able to act.
All right.
Oneshots, you, struck by this ray, feel as it leeches the very life force out of you. The red ray pulsing through your being. You shake some of the damage off, but you nonetheless take 9 points of necrotic damage. And you now see where once there was nothing, there is a green ball floating in the air. A ball covered in scales with one large gaping mouth, 4 tentacles, and an eyeball at the end of each tentacle, and a single central eye with this purplish, insane stare as it is blinking and just looking around the room. And Vera, it is your turn. You haven't really noticed that that's going on behind you because you're busy with the mimic who's trying to eat you. But the other two have definitely seen this creature.
Okay, when I'm grappled, can I attack?
Yes, you can attack. I believe, let me check. I think you're disadvantaged. I'm not 100% sure though. Where's that stuff? Here.
It's a normal action to get out of the grapple or try.
Yes, it is an action. So you cannot move, obviously. Your speed is 0. No, that's it.
Okay, good. I will attack it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stabbing away at it.
Oh, that's horrible. Well,
Nope,
oh wait, I need the. I was blessed, so.
Yeah, but that's not. Oh, actually, no. It's not that
No, no.
Try to stab it, but you just can't get the proper angle. It's just like this. Your rapier just scraping on the top, but not doing anything. Thoradil.
Okay.
The creature, this new creature, this little eyeball thing is about 20 feet to your left. The mimic is, I think you said 20 feet as well, pretty much, because you moved backwards a little, like in front of you, basically.
Do any of these two creatures seem monstrous to me?
You mean monstrosities?
Yes.
Yes, the mimic is a monstrosity.
Okay.
The other creature is an aberration.
Fair enough. Is it possible for me to be able to detect weaknesses or something?
For the mimic, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. You know monstrosities. You have heard many tales of them, so you can give me an intelligence check if you want to, or say, yeah, with advantage, I believe, if that's your what do you call it, favorite enemy. So
yeah, it's my favorite enemy.
Give me an intelligence, or actually, it would be an Arcana check, but I would guess it's the same roll for you.
That's the same roll for me. Yes.
So with advantage.
That is 15.
15. Okay, so you know that mimics are very sticky. They prefer to draw prey in and eat it, basically, and they know how to do that very well once you are stuck to them. You know that they have acid and teeth. You know that they're immune to acid and they cannot be knocked prone or anything like that. Right. They do not have any obvious weaknesses, but they are vulnerable against normal attacks. They're tough creatures, but if you manage to inflict enough damage, they will die.
In that case, I'll try to get closer, since
to which creature?
To the mimic.
Okay.
Since Vera is now grappled, and I'm not sure if they can grapple two creatures at the same time, and I will attack with my short swords.
Okay. So you run in, slashing down.
That's 120.
Yep. And I believe you have a hunter's mark.
I still have hunter's mark on it. Yes. That's
15 also hits. That's
15 also hits.
two strikes.
Roll.
So 2d6 extra.
Yes. So that is 15 in total.
Okay, nice. Yeah, this time the mimic actually does look a little hurt as you stab both your short sword into its fleshy interior. And its tongue releases Vera, who's still stuck to its front, and is getting ready to leash out towards you. And in fact, it is its turn. So it will leash out towards you, grab you, and try to pull you in as well. 15?
16.
Oh, you managed to just barely knock the tongue away with your short sword as it's coming towards you. And it retreats backwards with a small cut on its side. That's its turn.
Vera, you're right.
Norsot.
Yes, I am casting Fairy Fire on the floating eyeball.
Okay. That is a dexterity saving throw, I believe, right? Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, so you shoot out this burst of different colored lights, and the creature, you can see its eye opening wide, its mouth opening to this nasty grin, and as the fairy fire hits it, it's sucked into the eye, the whole spell. And then the creature turns and releases the fairy fire towards the mimic, Thoradil, and Vera. You're all 3 hit by it. So, you have to roll dexterity saving throws anyway. Vera, you have disadvantage because you are grappled.
Add a
Oh,
d4.
no. Oh, yeah, of course, because of the stickiness.
Yes, she's just stuck to the chest, basically.
That's a 20.
That is a success. Vera fails with a natural 1. And the
No, I'm lucky. I'm lucky.
Oh, that is true. You can reroll a 1. Oh, it's half
But
one.
I have to take it. So
Yeah.
So
That's
5
plus
plus
and
9.
What is your
No, that is 1.
How many 9? Oh yeah, it's 9 plus my. So it is 12.
which still fail, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Because it is you're rolling against Thoradil's spell save DC, which is 13.
My spell save DC.
Sorry, not Thoradil's, Norzot's, but that's also 13. Yeah. And the Mimic also failed. So both the Vera and the Mimic, Thoradil sort of managed to leap to the side, but both Vera and the Mimic are now filled with this sparkle. And that was your turn, Norsot.
Yep.
The creature just gives you a grin. Magic against me. And we'll shoot another eye ray at you and also aim one at Vera. Floating closer towards Thoradil and the Mimic and
Is there an attack roll on this?
No.
Okay.
So once more, the red ray striking into you, Norsot. And this time it is a flickering purple ray striking Vera. Vera, give me a wisdom saving throw. And Norsot, give me a constitution saving throw.
19.
Success. And what was the other one?
17.
17 is also a success.
Whew.
However, Norsot, you take another 6 points of necrotic damage.
For concentration, by the way.
Oh, yes. Good point. Did you roll that last turn?
I did not.
Okay, then roll, just do one more. That was a success nonetheless.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you didn't take over 20 damage. Sure.
Yeah, I took 9 down.
Yep. Yeah, so you're fine. Okay, Vera, your turn. You're glittering. And you feel this weird chaos in your head as some sort of magic tries to take your head over, but you shake it off with your force of will and your fate.
Yes.
Your faith.
By the power of the Red Knight, I will try to. Oh, nice. 17. I'll try to. Yeah.
Yep, you hit.
Great. That is 8 damage.
All right. Thoradil.
I will continue my melee barrage on the Mimic.
Excellent.
I still have bless, right?
You do, and you also have advantage in the attack because the mimic is now fairy fired.
Okay. That is 18.
Hits.
That is 21.
Hits.
And
7
roll
points plus 2d6.
for a total of 15 damage.
All right, yeah, the mimic is starting to look rough now. Large chunks of his exterior are missing, and there's this slime, what passes for mimic blood, I guess, pouring out from the holes. Well, the mimic is going to bite Vera, ignoring Thordil for now. Yep, that will be a hit. You take 10 points of damage, Vera.
I look, yeah.
As the mimic bites you and bites your left arm with the shield, and basically now the left arm is now stuck inside the mimic.
And I scream, and then blood is just like pouring over my down my scale mail.
Norshots.
Yes, I am going to move out of the anti-magic cone.
Sure.
Yeah. And as far as I basically move as far as I can, kind of diagonal to.
Yeah, you're moving deeper into the room, or because if you're moving deeper into the room, you won't really get out of its vision. You have to move sort of back towards the entrance if you want to get out of its vision.
Okay, well, I still want to see it.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Floating in the air. It's not that small. It's like this size.
Yeah. Okay, and then I am casting Scorching Ray on it.
Okay.
All 3 on that, so that's 4. Yes! Yes!
3 natural 20s. Nice. Okay. The creature turns towards you and takes fire in the face.
39 damage.
Wow. You sure that's correct?
Yep.
Okay. The creature stumbles backwards.
Hold on. No. 4 plus
2d6 plus 46 plus 46.
Yeah. So
is correct.
10d6.
Yes.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. The creature. One of its eye ray, like its eyeballs, has popped, and it's looks severely blackened and burned. Scales basically falling off from the heat, and the burn marks all over its flesh. No, I have to guide. And it turns now everything towards you, Norsot, and will just shoot 2 rays in your direction, trying to punish you for what you have done. Let's see. I can't use the same ray twice, so I'm re-rolling that. So you have a red ray that you are very familiar with already, and a sort of greenish ray. So that looks like a fail to the red one, and the green one is also a Constitution saving throw. That is a success, just barely, but nonetheless. However, you take 13 points of necrotic damage.
I have 1 hit point left.
Okay, as the creature just unleashes its anger towards you, you leap to the side. The first ray misses you. The second one strikes in the chest, and you feel your life force being drawn out and drop down to your knees, hardly holding yourself up. But the creature doesn't look much better than you do. Thoradil is the only one who's sort of still fine. Everyone else in this combat, including friends and foes, is looking rough.
This further affirms my belief that elves are better.
Definitely. Elves are definitely better. Vera, your turn.
I will try to avenge this this horrible beating I'm taking. So I will try to strike it.
Yep.
Instead, I try to poke one of its eyes out. Oh, nice.
Uh, 25, yes. 26, in fact. So yes, that is very much a hit. You jam your rapier in and start cutting its eyes out, basically. How much damage is that?
8.
Ooh, okay, it is still somehow alive. Its mouth opening wide. Its several eyes just being cut through the rapier. It screams in pain. Thoradil.
I will try and finish off this mimic.
Okay, with advantage.
With advantage, and bless if I need it.
Yes.
That is going to be...
You will definitely need it.
That's going to be 12.
Is a hit. Actually, yes, it is a hit, just barely.
Okay. And I'll do my second attack just in case.
Okay.
So that is in total 8 plus. That's 19 damage.
Okay.
My concentration.
You leap up on top of the mimic and just bring both blades down.
And with my bonus action, I'll put my hunter's mark on the flying eye stalk thing.
All right. Turning around, you see that flying eye stalk thing also looks severely injured. But also, you see Vera next to you, still stuck to the mimic despite its death. Its tongue now lolling out to the side, not moving, just twitching very slightly. And you see Norsot on his knees behind you, like just completely pale. Looks like he's aged 100 years. The mimic is dead, so he doesn't get a turn. Norsot, your turn.
Yes, this thing is getting another scorching ray.
Of course it is.
And I realize it's +5 and not +4. Wow! Wow!
That's the third natural 20 in a row, everyone. The third natural 20 in a row. So, the funny thing is, 2 of the rays hit it, but the third ray enters the eye and gets reflected straight at you. So, it'll take damage from 2, and you'll take damage from 1.
Right. 66. 15 damage.
15, and you take 9.
Okay, so I imagine how this goes down. He sees like on his knees and just panting and weakly raises a hand and just out towards him.
Yeah,
and the thing goes down.
The first one strikes the eye. The second one strikes the side, burning off the side. The third one strikes the other side, burning off 2 more of these eyeballs. The large eye opens wide and shoots back with the last of its strength. Your own flaming ray, scorching ray, hits you in the chest, and the last thing you see is the eyeball melting and disappearing slowly into this purple fog, and then the fire that hits you straight in the face, singeing your beard and knocking you over. With 9 points of damage, I believe you are unconscious.
Yep, by 8 damage.
All right, but the creature's dead. So, Vera, you're still stuck.
I just stuck, and I opened the cork of my healing potion, and I down it still stuck, just with my arm still in it, and I'm just
All right.
I'm drinking.
You regenerate 2d4 plus 2. Thoradil.
I will head over to our fallen friend and attempt to stabilize him.
With medicine?
Yes.
Roll me.
Well, actually, I can use Cure Wounds.
If you have a spell slot, yes, certainly.
That's my last spell slot.
Then yes, for sure.
That is... Hopefully this works.
6. That's enough to get him back up. Wait, how is this in? Oh, you're using a +5? That's
yeah, that is my spell.
you have 20 wisdom?
No. It says...
Oh, it's not your spell attack modifier, it's your spell modifier. That's
spellcasting ability modifier. In that case, it's only 4.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Thoradil,
that is what I was wondering about.
Norsot with a little bit of a singed beard and pretty bad burn marks on your nose and the top sides of your face is, however, is conscious once more.
As he awakes, he sort of blinks and says, "You're all right, Elf. You're all right."
Okay, and with that, the combat is over. You will eventually pry Vera out of the dead mimic's grasp, cut off the adhesive stickiness, and you can claim your price.
To Norsot's comment, I reply, I know. Of course I know. And I start making sure that Vera is all right as well.
All right, so you can look around. You can look into the chests. The two chests that were not a mimic are actually also mimics. No.
Just better ones.
Yeah, they're just stronger ones. They just didn't feel like getting their hands dirty yet. Anyway, so you find them filled with coins, old coins, electrum, silver, gold, a bit of platinum here and there. In total, about 1,200 gold pieces.
Okay.
And you also find inside several, in total, 4 amulets that have arcane symbols on them, and what looks to be a very finely made and completely untouched by the tooth of time, a fine blue cloak with this very, very dark blue color, nearly black.
Okay.
It's sort of wrapped up in one of the chests.
Right.
So you can lay claim to all that. And you have succeeded and you have survived. And if you're interested in your treasure, well, too bad. We don't have time to go through it because I do need to go. But anyway, that was our little dungeon crawling adventure. You have done pretty well. I only removed 2 enemies in the whole adventure. So despite you only being 3 people, but that just tells you that player characters in D&D 5 are really strong. Who would have thought? Especially if they roll 3 natural 20s in a row.
Yeah.
With their spell attacks. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. This was our GM Gamemasters Day D&D. I am running another Gamemasters Day Symbaroum this time in a few hours. So tune back in if you wish. If not, have a nice evening, and we will see you around. Bye-bye, and thanks for watching.